Mike Weatherford Show is proud to announce we are now officially powered by TEC. If their fiber optic internet service can handle everything we throw at it here in the studio, from videos to calls and live streams, you better believe they can handle your home or business too. If speed, stability, and service is important to you, you can count on TEC. Thanks, TEC. Now let's get to the show.
Recorded live in the studios of Brewery Street Mafia. This is a Red Dog Bread production.
And now, your number one rated show, The Mike Weatherford Show. Here's your host, Mike Weatherford.
Somebody said, sell something. What do you want me to sell? Hey, there's some starting fluid. Somebody get 25, 30. I'm $30 down, 35. I'm not able to get 35, 40. Now 45, and now $50 down, 55. Sold $50. Or I could sell it like I do now and just go click, click, and I can do something else. See, I got called a turncoat and a sellout for starting an online auction company. But I got $3. We got $3. 7, 13, and 16 today. My oldest one missed a whole lot of daddy. I missed a whole lot of her youth, but I don't have to do that anymore. I'm coaching softball now. I coach a softball game and close an online auction at the same time. Let's see you do that with a microphone in your hand. It ain't gonna happen. Welcome to the future.
Well, I hear that train a-coming. It's rolling around the bend. I ain't seen the sunshine since I don't know when. I've been stuck in Sharon, Tennessee. The time keeps dragging on, but that train keeps rolling on down the San Antone. 5 times your money on the little turkeys here, so they get right on there. Everybody play 10, 11, 15, guys, you're both out. 19, 20, 19, 21, 21, right back to you. It's 21, 21, no mistake. It's $20, 21, sold $20 times 5, 456 is. We share the same last name and the same color eyes, but we fought like tigers over that old red bike. I'm batting first and you can't use my glove. It wouldn't take long until push came to shove, but we looked out for each other with brotherly love. It takes a hell of a woman to love a guy like me. It takes a hell of a woman to love a guy like me. There are 3 wooden crosses on the right side of the highway. Why there's not 4 of them, heaven only knows. I guess it's not what you take when you leave this world behind you. It's what you leave behind you when you go.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Mike Weatherford Show, a special show close to my heart. Junior Staggs was not only my friend, he was a member of the Brewery Street Mafia. He was a very, very, very valuable member of our community, the state, the country. We need more people like Junior Staggs. So we're going to try my best tonight. I've got a studio full. I've got people going to call in. We're going to try our best to show you, the viewer, why we all love Junior Staggs. I've got my anchor with me tonight, Ricky Price. Welcome to the show, Ricky.
Mike, it's a privilege tonight. This is, when we talked a few weeks ago, this is going to be the show tonight.
It's going to be a great one.
Junior was Junior.
He was loved by everybody.
If you didn't love Junior, you just didn't love Jesus.
That's right. That's right. And I've got the one and only, the uncle of Junior Staggs, that got this boy started, got him in everything he didn't know nothing when he come to Henry County. The one and only, the fabulous, intimate Doug Taylor. Welcome to the show, Doug.
Thank you. But that's stretching it a long way there.
No, it's not. It's all true.
He was a good guy.
He was a good guy. I know you're proud of him.
I was.
Also, I have a good friend of mine. He comes on here periodically. He kind of, I use him when I got some serious stuff, and you know, and I mean that with loving. When I've got something serious, it means a lot to me. I pick up the phone and I call this man right here, and he never lets me down. He's another Junior Staggs that never lets you down. The one and only Patrick Smith. Man, I appreciate you, brother.
I hate him here. But you know, Junior Staggs was somebody that I didn't know as long as a lot of people, but we connected. And whenever you connect with somebody and you connect beyond, I'm watching this introduction here, Mike, which was fabulous.
Yeah.
And so many people only see the auctioneer. So many people only see the TikTok person. So many people only see that outward skin. And I saw Junior. Yeah. And that's what I want. That's why I'm here, man.
That's the one we all love.
Yep.
I appreciate all you do. And now I've got a real close friend of mine. The first time he come on my show, Junior was with me, and I told him that I had the one and only T.R. Crooks, Jimmy Stewart on here with me, and Junior said, I'll be there. So I want to introduce my good friend, Jimmy Stewart. Welcome back, Jimmy.
Well, thank you. I echo what you said. It's not under the best circumstances, but I appreciate being here.
Junior and you became good friends.
Yeah.
And I think, like he was saying a while ago, not only was he an auctioneer, but he was a lover of music.
Oh, he loved music.
And you was his hero.
Well, I'm flattered.
Yeah. I mean, we all loved him. I mean, for what short time you knew him, you and him become good friends.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's the thing that I identify with what you said about, I didn't know him that long, and I didn't really get a chance to know him, but there was something that clicked when I first met him. You know, it just clicked, like you said, it clicked.
he was that kind of guy.
He was.
Now, who else can tell us better about that click than a man sitting right over here that probably can tell us some stories, good and bad, but let's kind of stay with the good ones. Doug, how did you meet? Tell us this background of you and Junior Staggs. How in the hell did y'all come from?
Is there a G-rated version of that?
It wasn't easy. Katie come dragging him in
That's
one
his
afternoon.
wife.
Katie, and we love her. And he was talking about Junior loving music. Junior loved life.
He did.
Life. He really did. Excuse me, buddy. Anyway, she come dragging him in. And I told her, I said, where did you get him at? She said, well, we got a class together. I said, cancel that class. Well, anyway, they both finished the class and all of that there. And
there's a picture of him.
yeah, that's that. But anyway, he
got lucky.
Yeah, he very well did.
Oh, man.
He did.
He knew it too, didn't he?
Yeah, he did marry good. I'll tell him that. But Junior, he loved her, and I tell you what, he got 3 little girls he loves. He loves to fish. He's got that little one where she'll sit in there and look like somebody, and she's already learned how to take the hook out of her mouth.
Yeah.
And she loves her daddy too.
Yeah.
And but Junior's a good guy. He's a good guy. He's got his ups and downs, and I had my ups and downs, but we always knew where we stood, and he liked to help people. He left
The most generous person. I want to tell you something about him. I met him when you was doing basically the NRA banquets back when I was the chairman back years ago.
Yeah.
And here come Junior in. And I said, okay, I heard of Junior. He picked up the microphone and kind of sounded like Doug Taylor.
Yeah.
And I thought, damn, where'd this guy come from?
Yeah.
And for years after that, Junior was the go-to guy when you had a charity, yourself too, Doug.
Right.
But Junior was the go-to guy, Ducks Unlimited,
Right.
the Friends of the NRA, and I did little shows on here raising fundraisers for people. And I would say, Junior, I need your help. What you got, Hoss? You know how he talk. And I'd tell him. He was here. He organized it. He went. We had a room full of stuff one time. It was me and Tater and Junior. We had other people come. I think you was here, Ricky. And he went through and cataloged that stuff. Because I didn't know what the hell. You heard Dana telling you that story earlier. I didn't know what the hell he was going to do. It was just, it was out of control.
He would say, "We'll make it work."
He did, and he put it in control.
Right.
And he put it in that paperwork he's got, and he auctioned it off. People got their stuff. We counted the money and went home. The damnedest thing I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Very few people, when you get at my age and a lot of older people here, you don't listen to them younger people because what have they got to share with you and I? Junior had a lot.
Yeah.
2
He
hours,
sure did.
2 hours, 11 grand.
Yeah, that's right.
I remember the night.
When he came up here, though, he couldn't hardly walk and chew chewing gum. Seriously, I mean, he didn't have much to say, and when he said something, it didn't amount to nothing. You know? But then she brought him back again a time or two, and he got
kind of like a dog. You feed him, he won't leave.
That's right. That's right. But he fit in pretty good. And, of course, we're part of the Lax bunch and all that, and they like to talk, and he just slid right in there, and you thought he was one of them.
Yeah.
But they had a good life, and today was their wedding anniversary.
I know it was.
I heard that this morning, but
we got a video we want to show here. Which one you got there, Kevin? Go ahead and show. Yeah, go ahead. We got one here we want to talk about, that one of the auctions we was talking about. Play that video.
I want to introduce in no particular order, but an auctioneer tonight. I want to introduce, everybody knows him, our favorite, bid, last, and win.
225 and 50, 75 and 3. We're going to get to do that tonight.
We're going to get to do that.
I'm looking forward to it, man.
Appreciate you, brother.
Thanks for having me.
Are you excited?
It's a lie. I'm super excited.
We have got some stuff, don't we?
Yes, sir. It's going to be fun.
It's going to be fun. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be fun. What else is it going to be?
It's going to be...
There's got to be a word we're missing.
Exciting. It's going to be record-setting.
There
it's going
you
to be
go. All of the above.
Yes, yes.
I see some smart water in here, but Junior put it toward the end of the line.
I have to drink it all the time.
We're surrounded by smart people.
I know it.
I am. You know, I'm not real smart. Have y'all ever heard me claim to be smart? Never.
No.
You know, but I surround myself with smart people. Look,
But
when I needed a task done, Ricky, look what I did. I called the best guy in town.
I
for this
agree with
job.
you, Mike.
Called him and he said, "Sure." You know, that's one thing you have never told me no.
I got to learn how to. It's a hard word to say.
But my buddy Tater, you've never told me no. Tater,
sure?
you know what? All that he's done a lie detector for me.
Yeah.
He's rode the bull backard.
Yep.
Twice, and he's parasailed off the Eiffel Tower over in Italy for me. I mean, what else can a man ask for?
But y'all heard me say it more than once. So you talk about us being the volunteer county, the volunteer state.
Right.
But this is, honest to goodness, the most welcoming community in the world. Most of us, now y'all are not, but a lot of folks in Henry County are like me, the transplants or implants, and they've treated me like family for 20 years. So I love it. I love it. Let's see what we got. I got Kathy Boyd at $65 on the gift certificate. Taters at $50 on the smart cam. I've got Felicia Watson at $30 now on the scooter. Shannon Waddell is at $60 on the holiday bakeware. Looks like we've got Amanda Johnson at $55 on the green leaf set and Shannon Waddell at $100 on that door lock. Another bid coming in on the gift certificate, $75 from William DeBerry.
All right, let me tell y'all something.
That's what I'm talking about. That was an auction that I did to raise money. Junior just walked in and just told you. Tell me some stories about Junior, Doug.
we get a lot of time here. I mean,
I got all it takes, brother.
He came over here, and then next thing you know, they got married, which was a good thing. And then he got a job teaching out at Purrier, doing packing boxes and this, that, and the other. But anyway, he got to helping me in the auction business on Saturdays, packing here and packing that, and he'd go with me to this, that, and the other. And you could see that want to in his eyes. And we got to working with him. He got him up with a pretty good chant. And the more he worked on it, the better he got. And I told him, I said, it's getting about time you decided what you want to be. And he said, well, what do you mean? I said, well, you need to be a school teacher, janitor, or you want to get in the auction business. He said, I'd love to get in the auction business. I said, well, you need to quit that other thing. And then he did, and here we go. And I made him a yep tape. People's going to think, what's a yep tape? But I got a little cassette out, and I'd go, yep, and yo. And he hollered that thing around. He'd go down and sit there playing the radio. He's playing that yep tape. Selling and selling and selling yep tape. But he become real good. Then he went to the auction school down there, and he got his license and all that there. He was doing real good. But he thought he was good enough to go to get to one of them junior champions and stuff like that there. So we go to Nashville. And he was pretty good. He was good enough to be there. And this is when Alabama kicked the field goal and Auburn run it back.
Yeah.
Okay, this will come into this story here in a minute. But anyway, he got the first 7 up there, and he was literally scared to death. And that's when his little wife come over there and said, you are scared to death. You need to get some breath here. You need to do something. You're scared to death. And so I walked over and put my hand on his shoulder there, and I said, Hoss, we didn't come down here now to kick a field goal. And, and he looked at me and smiled real big. I said, go up there, get you a big, deep breath, get that microphone like you own that thing, and see what comes out. Well, when he got back up there, then it was a different story. He won that thing.
Really?
He won that thing. But he was awful proud of that, but he made a good auctioneer. Junior's a good auctioneer. He's as good as they come. He's trained 2 or 3. I've trained 2 or 3. But he was trainable. He had a good voice, and he wanted to learn. And there's a couple of kids that he's taught. Matter of fact, one of them's here tonight. But Junior was a good guy. He wanted to help, and this, that, and that. I'll tell you this story here. He had a heart bigger than a dish pan. I mean, he had a heart. Little lady called us and wanted to know if she had enough for an auction. So we got out there, and she didn't have enough for a good yard sale. Somebody had cheated her out all this other stuff. So we knew what it was and all this, that, and the other. And we go out there, and there's a this and that, and we wrote down enough here and the other and all that there, and come back in and sit down. And I said, what do you think, Hoss? And he said, well, we got to help her, you know.
That's Junior.
Yeah, we'll get her done. But anyway, we dumbed her around and messed around a couple of afternoons there, made her promise that she would not tell anybody that we done all of this.
Right.
And she didn't. But he didn't want the glory of this. Yeah. Somebody else gets the glory for this, you know.
That's right.
So we had an auction over, and by George, we had enough to bury her husband, and he was tickled to death over that.
Oh, man.
But that's Junior for
That's
you.
Junior.
That's Junior.
That's the Junior.
Yeah.
I've got somebody on the line that wants to call in and tell us a little bit about him. I got a guy by the name of Will Gregory, I believe is his name. Have I got you on the line, Will?
Yes, sir, Mike. I'm here.
How you doing, my friend?
I'm doing good. How are you, buddy?
I'm doing wonderful. Your name is Will Gregory. Tell me a little bit about how you know Junior, and tell me a little story you may have on our friend. He's our friend, correct?
You bet. That's right. Absolutely. So I met Junior through the Kentucky Auctioneers Association, probably 2016, 2017, somewhere in there. And, I met him I think we were in Somerset, Kentucky at the time. And he just really, of course, you know how he is. He's a friendly guy.
Yeah.
He's never met a stranger. I mean, he just comes right to me, and we recognized real quick that we had similar interests in things, and kind of just got to know each other superficially that weekend, and got to following each other on social media. And he actually come and worked with some guys that I work with at a sale for us one time, and some different things like that. Just kind of connected a few different times over the years. And then in 2019, I actually attended his bid calling boot camp.
Really?
Yes, sir. So that was, I'm an alumni of his bid calling boot camp, and I've been selling stuff since 2012, and actually had quite a bit of experience with selling. And so whenever I went to the bid calling boot camp, Junior's like, "Dude, what are you doing here?" And I said, "Junior, I want to learn how to win." And I was competing in these contests and stuff, and so. Junior, he was very influential to me, and he is, he's kept in touch with me since then, and, I still continue to compete. And Junior, he was just very, very influential through that, very supportive of that. He would, I would call him from time to time and say, "Hey, Junior, I'm struggling with this, or do I need to go here or there? And he'd say, dude, if you can afford it, go. That was always what he would tell me. But, one thing that I want to share that Junior shared with me, and this is something that is, he shared it with a lot of people that he poured into and mentored over the years. But, and I always refer back to this, not only through the auction method, but just through several different aspects of life. And he would always tell you that he'd call it the 3 little P's, and later on he said he added the 4th one. And, if anybody knows him, anybody has sit through his videos or sit through any of his classes, they know what I mean by that. But that was plan, practice, perform, and then later on pivot. And, Junior, he just drilled that. He said, you've got to have a plan, you've got to practice that plan, and then you've got to perform whenever the time's right. And whenever all else fails, don't be scared to pivot. That's been so influential to me in my career and my competing in the auctioneering contest and stuff, and I just really appreciate that. And of course, Junior and I, we had similar interests. Obviously, we're auctioneers, but I grew up from a family that played bluegrass music and old country music and stuff. So I remember that first night of Bid Collin boot camp when we got back from supper that night. He had a guitar sitting over there, and I picked it up and played a song, and Junior's eyes lit up, and we connected then. And we sit there and passed that guitar back and forth for what seemed like hours, and, it was just it was a great time, and I just really appreciate Junior. He was so influential to me. He poured into me, and I just so grateful to know him.
I don't think people realize, Will, how big a reach did Junior Staggs had, how far across this country from New York to California, Junior Staggs was known. And to be a young man in 44, I believe, 44 years old, correct. He was the life of a party. Will, I think you'll agree. When he walked into a room, he pulled the air out of it. You know what I'm saying? That from that belly laugh that he had to just stories he would tell. And he'd always look at me and say, Hoss, hey, Hoss, hey, Hoss. How many times have you heard the word Hoss?
Oh, yeah.
And we've lost a treasure.
Absolutely. People that aren't even in our field reach out to me because I shared something about Junior on my social media.
Yeah.
Once I heard of the news and stuff, and people were reaching out to me that really have nothing to do with the auction field at all. But they knew Junior Staggs. They knew him as an auctioneer. Yeah. And that really impressed me. Of course, and I've said before that Junior could be one of the most famous auctioneers of our time.
I was going to say that. Who else could it be if it wasn't Junior? He was the most well-known auctioneer because he self-promoted. A lot of people would say, I can't do that. Junior would self-promote, but he didn't do it in a selfish way. He did it to help the auctioneer. He did it to help people. He probably is one of the most famous auctioneers there ever has been.
Well, he was so innovative with it. Back whenever we was all scared of social media, Junior was diving in.
Yeah, he was.
And so he built a database that we really didn't understand how valuable that was at the time, but now looking back, we do. And honestly, some people within the profession, myself included, might have kind of prodded at him a little bit about his, TikTok auctioneering.
Yeah.
But it proved that he knew exactly what he was doing, and it worked.
Mental health, we're doing a piss poor job as a society dealing with mental health.
Amen.
It's a disease, Will, just like cancer, just like heart trouble. But we've been taught, I know I have, and I'm fear about this table has, when I was a child, if you fell off a ladder out there at the farm, your daddy made you get up and walk it off. If somebody had a little mental problem, my father would say, son, don't talk about that. They'll think we're crazy. So we was taught as children to hide that mental health. We've got to turn it around. We've got to get mental health up there with heart trouble, cancer, diabetes, Alzheimer. It's got to be there. We've done a piss poor job because we've lost a Junior Staggs that you sat here and talked about to make me want to cry. That was so well known over something that we don't want to talk about. You follow me? Well, I mean, that's what I'm not angry. I'm disappointed in humans for letting this happen. Doug, what you want to say?
He went to California right after he got his license. It was going pretty good. There was a gentleman out there that found these 3 great big wirehouses, and he called Junior and said, "Need you to come out here and help me." And Junior had never even been on a good bicycle, let alone an airplane. And so he told him he would come, and he said, "When you want to do this?" And he said, "Tomorrow." And so he couldn't drive out there, that was for sure. So he finally gets on this thing, and you could see him waving at us when on the way gone.
Yeah.
After he got out there, he spent 3 days, and they sold all this out there. And then there was another time that he won the Kentucky bid calling contest, and if you win over there, you get to sell the country ham to the election commission.
Gotcha.
And so he goes over and sells a country ham for over $1 million.
Holy crap.
Yeah, that's true. But
Well,
of course,
you hit on something. I think, Doug, not taking from you, because in your own way, you're a legend too.
I don't know about that.
But
I hadn't
Junior-
robbed no bank or anything.
No. Well, you might have been involved in a bank robbery, but I don't think he's the one that robbed it.
May have sold some.
Yeah, you may have stole some of the money. But I think you nailed it, Will. I do believe that Junior's probably, call him TikTok auctioneer, call him social, whatever you want to call Junior Staggs. He done a lot for the auction world. You still here, Will?
Absolutely. Yes, sir.
Well, man, I appreciate you calling in. I really do, Will. And Godspeed to you, my friend. We all need each other because we've lost the good ones.
We have.
Thank you all for what you're doing tonight. I'm so impressed. I've been watching, and I look forward to continue to watch. But thank you for having me on, Mike, and all the guys. You're doing an outstanding thing. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Will, promise me you'll stay in touch, my friend.
Yes, sir. God bless you all.
God bless you. Appreciate you. That was Will Gregory, one of Junior's friends from up in Kentucky. Patrick, you had something you want to talk about so we can move this thing along. I mean, mental health.
Mental health. Mike, seeing our friend Junior go down this path.
Now let me butt in a minute. He was very outspoken,
Yeah.
Doug. You know that.
Yes.
It's not a secret.
It's not a
Doug, help
secret.
me out here.
That's right.
He talked about it.
He talked about it, and he didn't hide it.
He didn't hide it.
And Junior will help so many. I've got a story I'm going to read here in a minute, but you better get your napkins and your paper and your Kleenexes ready.
They're all in it.
Yeah, but I'm going to tell you, we're not talking about something that Junior didn't want us to talk about. I'm only talking about what Junior has told us all. You agree, Doug?
That's right.
Okay,
That's
go ahead
right.
now.
So, what brought Junior and I together is our wives. Our wives work together. And at some point, they had a conversation and said, I think our husbands need to talk. They sure are a lot alike. And I'd already been following Junior, and everything. I didn't really know him. I didn't know him that well. And it didn't take me but about a second of talking to him that I could relate to him. I really could relate to the feelings of worthlessness, no matter how big of a stage that I was on, that I was a failure in everything that I was doing, no matter how far I'd taken it, and that no matter what I did, I couldn't ever feel like that love and worth was there, and so with Junior and me, and I'm sure a lot of men, how do you hide it? Well, you become TikTok famous. People stop. In Junior's way, it was a dual sword. He's trying to reach out, and I've gone back through some of the things. Mike, he gave me this book, and he's given it to several people, and he gave it to me, and he's like, this was in September of 23. He was like, hey man, I respect you, and I want you to read it. And I started out like a good engineer does, with a red ink pen. And so I was.
We're not talking about train engineer. We're talking about engineer.
Yeah. I was going through and marking it up,
Yeah.
And then at some point I stopped marking it up and I started reading it, man.
Yeah.
And when I started reading it, I was like, oh my gosh, he's not over. He's in it. And
he's fighting it.
He's fighting it right now. And what this is, I thought about it because he gave it to several people. He may have given you one.
Mm-hmm.
And I think of it like, hey, this is who I am. Please read it and like me and see me for who I am.
Yeah.
I'm crying out and I want some help.
Where would you recommend? You know, I've said this, Doug, and I want everybody out there to listen. There's nobody that probably had contacts in their phone as many as Junior Staggs did.
Oh, there's no telling.
There's no telling. Thousands.
There's a lady from Owensboro, Kentucky. Her name is Amy Whistle. And after this happened, she called me and she said, damn him, he was supposed to call me and let me know because she was in the same situation.
I understand.
And they was working on some programs. And then, believe this one, there was a lady from California that called me about Junior because he was on the line trying to talk to somebody and help me and do this. We didn't know that, but he was contacting a lot of people, and it didn't. I mean, he would tell you about it. It's poison. You know, let's do something about this.
That's right. But he had that phone, and most people's carrying a phone around with them. It's a computer. There's a green button on there. You push, and it says phone, and it opens up your contacts. And all Junior had to do was open up that phone and push, and somebody had been there for him.
Yeah.
That's what we've got to change.
It's hard, Mike.
I know it is, but we've got to, and I don't know the answers. This is something I've always argued with people. Don't tell me I'm doing something wrong if you don't have a better way. And I'm not going there, but I'm saying we're doing a piss poor job. We gotta find. There's other Junior Staggs out there.
There's lots of them, Mike.
We have got to find a way. Instead of putting it in the backyard and covering it up with dirt, we've got to get it up front. Like we say in the South, put it on the front porch and give it a glass of sweet tea. Mm-hmm. And pick that phone up and just push that call button, and the first number, call it. They'll be there to help you. Right. Something's got to do. We got to quit hiding. You agree?
Yeah, Mike. It's hard. It's hard for a man.
Yeah, but I know it is. It's hard for a woman or anyone. It's
hard for anybody.
But we've got to do something. It's not working. I've lost two. Mm-hmm. I've lost an employee of mine, had PTSD from over in Iraq, 2 or 3 turns, worked for me, couldn't take it no more. Mm-hmm. We tried to get him help at the VA, and I know my daughter's listening. Honey, I'm sorry. I wasn't going to talk about this. But he tried to call her, and she didn't answer because she was cooking supper for her husband and kids. They was childhood friends. She finally called back, no answer. Found out he had took his life. That's bothered her. Mm-hmm. He reached out to her, and I said, the good Lord probably prevented you from hearing that gunshot. So we've got to do something. I don't know the answers, folks. I don't.
It's tough,
but it ain't working.
No, it's tough.
It's tough.
It's a very tough life.
You understand? Am I right?
It's a very tough life.
It's Mike.
There's not an answer.
It's not easy. It's not. And I look when I read back through what Junior wrote, and I think back to what he was doing. He's done something that I've been trying to do, and that's throw out anchors.
Yeah.
You try to throw out anchors to people, like he's talked about. There was people to call, and they're on your call list.
Yeah.
You're on my call list.
Yeah.
I call you.
Yeah.
If I've got a problem, you're at the top of the number.
I appreciate you respect for that. Yeah.
So.
Our faith.
Yeah. Well, because I know you'll answer.
Yeah.
You better.
Yeah, I'll answer.
But also, I had to build things around me, Mike, and like something that I'm so proud of, just like my company, because I struggle with mental health, and my employees struggle with mental health. I see other men, I see other people, and it's comes in all shapes, forms, and fashion, and there's a stigma to it. So I'm trying to step forward just in my own company, and you know, I started doing telecounseling during COVID, so that I could do it, and I would do it in my office with my door closed, and I was terrified. You know, it was weird, and then I started doing it, you know, in person once COVID was over. I've gone and tried to do these things, and also I want to try to help my employees and as many people as possible. And that was the other thing with Juniors. I knew it. I could see it with him. Mm-hmm. I could see it with him that he was struggling with this, and it just.
You got a lot of friends, Patrick.
Yeah.
And Godspeed, brother, because I know deep down inside, you're fighting that. Can I say that? You're fighting that too. Don't give up that fight, because I'll be mad. You'll make me mad. I've got Caden Wilson on the phone, and everybody knows Caden. He was the one that did the first Junior Staggs and Friends Live. We did it at the Parlor in Puryear, and Caden was there. You remember him, Jimmy?
I do.
Caden, have I got you live yet?
Oh, yes, sir, you do. I'm here.
How you doing, young man?
Oh, I'm doing wonderful.
That's good to hear. Well, you remember Mr. Jimmy Stewart?
I sure do.
I've got him sitting here, too. Talk to him, Junior.
Well, man, good to talk to you again. I missed our last performance. Wish we could do it again.
Yeah, I wish we could, too. Yeah, it's good to hear from you.
I know. Tell me how you met Junior and how it ended up with you coming to Puryear, Tennessee. Now, Caden, that's got to be a story in itself.
Oh, yeah. Well, you know, I started this whole music thing through social media and whatnot. And I was posting on TikTok all the time. And I kept having somebody I'd never met before comment all the time. Kept saying, Junior Staggs, Junior Staggs. So I'd go and I'd watch his videos. And I was like, man, I like this guy. I like the way he sings. I like his auctioneering and whatnot. And he would just comment on everything, duet all my videos. And I said, I want to meet this man. He seems like just a kind soul. And so he called me, and him and Daddy became best friends because they started texting every single night and calling and whatnot. And he invited us to come out and play at his first ever Junior and Friends live performance. And that was just an honor, and I can never say how honored I was to be a part of that. And so I showed up, and the first time I met him, man, the smile on his face was from ear to ear. Just a wonderful person. And he kept telling me, anything you need, you let me know. And we talked about, his truck. And he was telling me everything he's done to it. And then when we
proud of that truck.
Oh yeah,
he tell you about me putting dual exhaust on it.
Oh yeah,
Go ahead, Caden. I'm sorry.
Oh no, you got it. Go ahead.
I've got a video that I want you to watch, and Jimmy, I want you to hang tight just a minute, because Jimmy Stewart was a hero to Junior Staggs. You know that, and I think after you played with Junior, played with Junior and Jimmy, you understand the preciousness that we have with Jimmy Stewart, don't you?
Oh yes, sir.
So I'm gonna let them in the back play a video of Junior live on my show, and something that Jimmy Stewart said to him. I want you to watch this. Roll that.
If I never write a song again, the words you said earlier,
hurts something, though.
It means more to me than anything, because you said you're a songwriter. You said that, man. One of my doggone heroes, you said that.
Yeah,
so if anybody else ever says it again or not, you said it. Check mark, bucket list, goal achieved. I love you, man. Thank you for that.
That's what it's about right there, man.
That's it. I'll put that one on the resume now. Jimmy said it. Jimmy said it.
That's the part of Jimmy Stewart. That's the treasure of Jimmy Stewart.
Yeah.
The preciousness is right there, because he looked at you and called you a singer.
That's what he said. He said it. It's write it down. Chisel and stone now.
If he wasn't there the other night, you missed the guy.
That's right. Caden, can you hear me, Caden?
Oh yes, sir.
That right there, Jimmy is going to pick up about what you heard from Junior about that song. He's going to sing a song, and I want you to listen to it, Caden, because I think you'll appreciate this. Tell us that backstory on this song here, Jimmy. Tell us the backstory before you sing it.
At the time, I didn't. This is prior to meeting Junior. Terry Hudson, my friend, had done your show.
Yeah.
And I think Junior was on the show. Excuse me. And I was talking to Terry on the phone, and he said, "Do you know Junior Staggs?" I said, the name doesn't ring a bell. And he said, "Well, I think he had first met him here." He said, "We were talking about the Jacks. I had done a CD live at Jack's Pool Room back in the late 90s. And there's a song on there called "Could You Walk a Mile in His Shoes" that I wrote with J.B. Rudd. Excuse me. And he told Terry, I guess he had a copy of the Jacks, and he said, I guess he and Terry were talking about songs, and he said, I think that Could You Walk a Mile is probably one of the best songs ever written. Well, when Terry told me that, I thought, I got to meet this guy. I've got to meet this guy. You know, I mean, that's quite a compliment for somebody to tell you. I can't even explain what it made me feel.
Jimmy, I know you don't. You're a very humble guy, and I appreciate that. What number one songs have you wrote?
Brotherly Love.
Brotherly Love.
Keith Whitley and Earl Thomas Conley.
Right.
And Littlest Talk for Toby Keith.
Toby Keith. So this guy, folks, has got some strap behind. You ready for your song?
He'd known the 10 Commandments from the time he was 5. But in the jungles of Vietnam, there was no wrong or right. He was a decorated hero when he stepped out off the train. But some folks in his hometown only made him feel ashamed. Could you walk a mile in that man's shoes when you have no choice? How can you choose? Don't be quick to judge till you've been there too. Stop and think for a while. Could you walk a mile in that man's shoes? There was no one there to hold her hand the night her baby came. Just a couple waiting down the hall who would give her child a name. At 17 she learned the meaning of a mother's love. To give her baby life she knew she had to give it up. Could you walk a mile in that woman's shoes when you have no choice? How can you choose? Don't be quick to judge till you've been there too. Stop and think for a while. Could you walk a mile in that woman's shoes? Well, they cursed him and they kicked him as they dragged him down the street. They nailed him to a cross and soldiers gambled at his feet. And though his heart was broken from all they'd put him through, he said, Father, please forgive them. They know not what they do. Could you walk a mile in that shoes. When you have no choice, how can you choose? Don't be quick to judge till you've been there too. Stop and think for a while. Could you walk a mile in that man's shoes? Stop and think for a while. Could you walk a mile in that man's shoes?
Jimmy, that is absolutely the perfect song for tonight, brother. That is something. Y'all help me out here.
That's it.
Like what Terry told me, he'll tell you. Did I tell the story right?
Yeah. We had talked about, Junior and I talked about music when I first met him, and he found out that you and I were friends, and we were talking about the Jack's Pool Room CD, and we were talking about that particular song, and he said, as an aspiring songwriter, he said, you just wonder how somebody can come up with words like that. He said, that's the best song I've ever heard.
Caden, are you still on the live?
Sure.
What do you think? Is that a fitting song for tonight?
Oh, absolutely. Had me almost in tears over here.
Caden, I appreciate you calling in. Anything else you want to share? I don't want to keep you, young man. I know you got a career. You're traveling around. You're all over the country. Anything that you want to share about Junior, Caden?
Just one more thing I'd like to say.
Yes,
and that
sir.
is I have a request for everybody to keep Junior's family in their prayers. And if at all possible, I'd like to say a real quick prayer.
Yes, sir. You do it. We're all with you.
Lord, thank you for today. Thank you for letting us be able to have this podcast to celebrate the life of Junior Staggs, one of the most sweetest and kind-hearted individuals you've ever met in your life. I'm so sad that our friendship was as short as it was. We all wish he was still here, Lord. But I pray that you will keep him safe up there running them golden streets, Lord Jesus, and tell him not to burn it down too much, Lord. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
Amen. Caden, you're a good young man. You've got a big, long future in front of you. And I've got a gentleman sitting over here. There's two guys over here that I need to introduce you to. Do you know this gentleman? Do y'all know Caden, Terry?
No, I don't.
Well, these guys right here, Terry Hudson, he books for this other gentleman, which is Rookie Edwards, the Breakers. And you need to get a hold of these guys, and you need to come to back to Henry County and play at the Breakers. You've made it when you play at the Breakers.
Oh, well, I would be looking forward to that.
I'm going to hook you up with this booking agent and everybody, and I'll get you back to Henry County, let everybody meet you, because a young man that'll pray and sing good country music is my kind of man.
He's a good man.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Caden. Best of luck, man. Thanks for
Yes, sir,
for
absolutely.
being Junior's friend.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
God bless you, my friend.
All right, there you go. Now I've got two other people on the show here. We're trying to move them through. I know we're dragging on, but I'm doing the best I can, guys. It's a hard show. I've got the one and only from the Breakers, Rookie Edwards. Welcome to the show, Rookie.
Thank you, Mike. It's a pleasure to be here.
I thank you, my friend. And I've got the one and only. There's no need to even introduce this guy. Who don't know Terry Hudson? Welcome to the show, Terry.
Thank you very much. I'm glad there's only one of us to introduce over here.
On one Terry, right?
Only one Terry. We don't need more than one.
Well, Rookie, we got something coming up this weekend, man.
Yes, sir. We're really looking forward to it. We're proud that Breakers Marina can be a small part of, celebrating Junior's life. Junior did so much for everybody in this community.
Amen.
And didn't ask for money either.
No.
He did it just because Junior was a good guy.
Junior is a hell of a guy. And I'm going to tell you something. you told me you don't like this, but ain't a damn thing you can do about it. Because I got too many bodyguards out here. It takes a hell of a man for Rookie Edwards to pay the band out of his pocket and take the proceeds. Listen to me, folks. Rookie Edwards is taking the proceeds out of his pocket to pay for the band, and he's taking the door. Every ticket that I sell, if I've called you trying to get you to buy a table, and I've got a big list right here, if I've called you try to get you to buy a ticket, or if you've called me, this man right here is taking 100% of the ticket sales, and he's giving them back to the family of Junior Staggs. Now, folks, I want everybody in here to give a round of applause for Rookie Edwards.
All right.
I promise you I wouldn't do that, but I never would. I'll lie sometimes, Rookie, because it takes a hell of a man to do that.
No, it's our community that makes Breakers Marina. It's not Rookie Edwards or Boo McIntosh or Terry or any of us sitting here. It's the people that support us that makes Breakers Marina. We're just a part of it.
Run that commercial that we made. Kevin, if you got that ready, tell me in my ear. All right, give him a second. Tell me in my ear when you're ready. Terry, Ryan Larkins was in my studio,
That's right.
and you was in here with us.
Yes.
The young man made it to the Grand Ole Opry. He's got a #1 song out there, The Painter.
He is a great, he's from Nashville, which is amazing because so many of the people that are in the music business come to Nashville from other places. But Ryan grew up in Nashville.
He did. He's a good Christian man.
Bart Herberson introduced us, and when I was working at Douglas Corner in Nashville, and Ryan and I got to be friends, and he has so many good songs. It's just amazing what a great songwriter. So we were excited just to get him down here to play because he had a lot of friends, and Junior was one of his good friends.
That's exactly right. Junior brung him. When Ryan's going to call in a little while, Junior brung Ryan Larkins and some other folks down to the Henry County Fairgrounds one year and had Ryan playing live. Did you know that? Ryan is an excellent artist. He's getting better every time I hear him. He's getting better.
Just a good man.
Man. But we got that coming up. He said he can't play it. He's got hooked into my commercials. But we've got that coming up this weekend, Rookie. Tell everybody we got the menu and tell them what all we want down there.
We're just gonna have a big celebration for Junior, and we give him back to the family and on Saturday night, and Ryan, of course, be playing. And as we were talking, Junior was going to open up for Ryan. Yeah. And Terry and I was talking about it after the passing of Junior, and I said, let's think about this and try to put something together and let's get Ryan to come down. And he's got another young man, Dawson Stegall, is going to be opening for him. And so we put our heads together and wanted to do this and give back to Junior. But we're going to have a regular menu. Will be available. We've got good catfish for those folks that haven't been around the community to come down and be ready to eat some good food and enjoy some great entertainment. And music's what brings us all together.
Right.
That's brings everybody together, and that's what we want to do Saturday night. And we still got a few tables left. Terry's been doing a great job, and you're doing an awesome job.
No,
and,
it ain't me, dude. I'm just a soldier. Because you know what? If I had a call Junior Staggs and I said, look, I need to help Rookie Edwards, I need to help Terry, you know what he'd have done? He'd have been right there.
Been like that old song, he'd be the first one on the bus house and ready to ride.
There's very few Junior Staggs out there.
Yes,
he
sir.
was something special.
Yes, sir. But it starts at 7 o'clock.
That's right. So both what we got going on, we got it live on the screen, and it says Breakers Marina. This coming up this weekend. Look, here's what I want you to do. I want you to call 731-336-2200. Hell, I know my own number. And I will, I know I don't ever call it. Taylor, you can tell my number.
Well, you do it.
And I want you to buy a table tonight for $200, a table of 6, 100% of that money. There's no booking fare, not after the band's paid or not after anybody's paid. 100% of that money goes right back to Junior Staggs' family. You know, Junior Staggs, like the rest of us, he's a good guy, a working man, and that family and them girls could use it. So call that number. Terry, what's your number?
731 441-2214. And just
Call or text us, and we'll put you down. I've got a table. I've got a bunch sold, and you're going to wait till the last minute, and they're all gone. Because we're going to sink that dock down there. There's going to be swimming room only coming up this Saturday night. I've got folks coming in on boats. I've got folks riding horses. I don't care. And I got something else to tell you. If you want to celebrate with Junior and you don't have $200, and I'm going to step out of line here, and y'all correct me when I'm wrong. If you don't have a $200 for a table, and I know times are tough, whatever you got, if you want to walk up down there that night and say, "This, I've got $10, I've got $20, we got the room, we're going to put you out there and let you help all of us." Y'all okay with that?
Sure. That's the way we wanted it.
I'll tell you what.
There you go.
I'll take a table right now. If you don't have the money, I'm sitting at your table anyway, correct?
Yeah.
I'll buy a table right now, and I'll write the check tonight before I get out of here.
All right.
Whoever doesn't have a table, doesn't have the money, I'll foot the $6 right there today.
There you go. We got a table. Tater, tell me what you got, brother. Tater Hayes. Everybody knows my best friend, Tater Hayes. He's here. He's been waiting. He's not used to waiting. I know he's a busy man, and I appreciate it, but how do you move it on any faster, brother? Tell me.
I wouldn't expect you to.
Okay. How you doing, man? What's that, Junior? You've been on here with me and Junior.
Yeah. And I was just out talking to Doug, and we were talking about, different things, and the whole situation, as you know, resonates with me and what I've been through in my past. And the thing of it is
you've been through what the Staggs family's going through, Tater.
Yeah. And this part of the conversation is actually where my heart lies in all of it, because we celebrate today, and we talk about all the good things, but the thing of it is the world does not stop after today. The bills keep coming in. The reality of life for that wife and those 3 girls will continue on.
It will continue.
And Junior would reach out to anybody and help anybody, and that's why I just I want to reach out and help him.
Well, I get it. I've been down the same road. 23 years ago, I lost my dad. Same way. And it's been 23 years, and it doesn't get any easier. It makes you smarter to help out.
It does.
I'm going to tell you something. Katie was going to come here. That's Junior's wife, but today is their anniversary, I believe. If I'm not mistaken. Today is their anniversary, and she sent me a text. Katie, I'm sorry if I read this, but I'll make it quick. I don't think I can do it tonight, Mike. Today has been a very hard day. Waking up and this side of the bed being empty starts the day off sad. I am loved and supported by many, but I'm now alone in many ways. Thank you for doing something so nice in honor of Junior. I'm going to stop right there. I can't do no more, but that's
you're
what.
You're fine, brother. You're fine. You're fine.
Yeah.
You're fine.
Think about what she's having to go through. That girl. That's so sad. Today's her anniversary, and tonight we're doing this, and it's all with love, old brother.
That's it. Brotherly love.
It is. It's hard too.
I'll tell you what I'll do.
I've got a guy named Carl Gilbert. Put him down for a $500 donation, but he don't need a table. Let's give a round of applause for Carl Gilbert. Carl, we appreciate you, brother. And I've got someone on the phone, Junior. Just hang tight. Jimbo Robinson, he's on the line waiting. Jimbo, are you here? I'm sorry.
Okay.
We're moving on as quick as I can, Jimbo. Thanks for hanging on, brother. But it's tough doing this.
Absolutely.
So you going to share a little story, Junior?
Oh yeah, I got a couple stories. Yeah. We spent a lot of time on the road together doing auctions.
Go ahead, tell us a little bit of story about how you know Junior and something about him.
Yeah, so got the opportunity to work with Junior. My first auction was in Paris for the Ducks Unlimited dinner, and man, I had another auctioneer, and during COVID, I called him one day and I said, "Hey man, we're about to go. DU's going to start bringing our events back slowly," and he said, "Man, I would love to travel with you and do your auctions." And that's how I really got to know him, was him and I doing Ducks Unlimited events all in West Tennessee, then got him to travel to Southeast Missouri with me, and spent a lot of late nights and doing auctions together for Ducks Unlimited. But one of my favorite stories, I think, about Junior was there was one night he called me. Actually, one afternoon he called me about 11 a.m. He said, "Hey, Bob, I got a situation." And I said, "Well, what's up, Junior?" He said, "You used to call and mess with me, him and Justin and Ben. They used to try to mess with me sometimes, like, man, we're 2 hours out. We're going to be there right on time." And so I just figured this was another one of those mess with me. He goes,
"Yeah,
I got Bell's palsy." And I said, "Well, what's that?" He said, "Well, man, I can't feel half my face." And I said, "Well, how does an auctioneer talk the way you talk when you can only feel half of your face?" And he said, "Well, I don't know, but I'm practicing a little bit, and I think I got it." And they were headed down to Jackson, Tennessee. We're doing the Madison County event. I remember like it was yesterday. And he came in, and I was just, my eyes, I said, "Man, I'm sorry, but I know I'm staring at you." And we had a good laugh about that. And, man, it was one of the best auctions we had ever had in Jackson. And just watching him do his chant and everything from only half of his face and the way he did it was absolutely incredible.
So he really had Bell's palsy.
Oh, yeah.
And he did an auction anyway. Jesus Christ, that had to be
2.5 hours. I think that was the longest auction. I swear, he kept telling me, he said, "Man, I think this one's been going forever." And, yeah.
That is good right there. That's typical.
Half of his face.
Yeah, but he never backed down.
Never. Oh, absolutely not.
No, that's just
And that
Junior.
that was Junior for you. And it's funny now looking back on all the great great stories and there's a lot of those. Hey, that was just Junior. Another great story I have. This one's funny. This is just that's Junior's story.
Yeah.
Is he called me one day and said, "Hey, we're coming in, him, Ben, and Justin." And I said, "All right." And he said, "Man, but we're going to be right on time." I said, "All right, no problem." So it's getting close to auction time, and Junior calls me and says, "Jimbo, we're about to pull around the back." And I happen to be on the back side of the tent at the time. And I look up, and Justin and Ben, I mean, Justin looks like he lost half a human nowadays.
Yeah.
Well, back then, Justin, Junior, and Ben, I mean, they was like a trio. They're, big shoulders. They were some big boys.
Yeah.
They were in
Corn-fed.
a single cab, tiny red truck, 3 of them, and had ridden all the way from wherever in this tiny red truck. I said, "Where did y'all get this thing?" And the story goes something about whatever they were driving. Maybe it had been a red Bronco, I think he had at one time.
Yeah.
Something had broken down, and that was all they had to ride down together. Was a single cab red truck. They had the windows down, and Ben's got one arm. He's got this big arm out the right window, and Junior's kind of hanging out the left side, and they had driven down the interstate in that single cab little red truck.
That is.
I think it was red.
I think it was. You sure it wasn't a Ranger?
It was a Ranger, yes.
Yes. I know that little red truck. He was proud of that little old red truck. Now to him,
oh man, he loved that thing.
Yeah, it looked like rodeo clowns, didn't it?
It's exactly what they look like. Look like they should be riding around the circus.
That's exactly right. But we've lost somebody precious. There's so many stories that everybody could tell that we've lost somebody like Junior Staggs. It's just hard to put into words, because I'm sure there's thousands of stories, and there's not going to be a day go by that you don't have something about Junior that you wish you could call, or something you have about Junior you wish you could just talk to him about. It's going to happen every day. It's already happened to me.
Oh, it is every day. I remember the day that he gave me his Topps card, and he signed it and gave one to both of my kids. And Junior and I worked together when Leela was born.
Yeah.
He met me when that's my 6-year-old, when my 9-year-old was 2 or 3 years old, and they got that Topps playing card, and man, that was a special day. But I got to share some really special days with Junior. The day he hit $1 million for Raise for Ducks Unlimited.
Yeah.
And my last event as the regional director in West Tennessee, he hit $2 million.
Wow.
And I gave him an old door because Junior was into those relics and old, and I gave him an old Ducks Unlimited door. that we had in our package that year, and I wrote a special note to him on it, and that was my gift to him when he hit $2 million. Wow! And I remember us taking a picture that night, and him getting a tear in his eye, and just it's probably one of the hardest text messages I've ever woken up to, because he was more than a friend to everybody. He was somebody you looked up to. He was somebody you were proud of.
He was, man. He was there. He was an anchor. He loved his Jesus Christ. Now listen, Junior had a short fuse and a loud bang, but that's just Junior Staggs. You had to love him for what he was, man, which was your friend if you needed him. I could tell you some stories about Junior. He told me, and I've got to move on, Jimbo. I really appreciate you calling in, but I want you to hear this story. He's up there one day, him and I was talking. I was talking about some of my friends. I'm losing my childhood friends. They're dying. And he looked at me, and I said, I ain't going to have no friends for long. Jimbo, he looked at me and said, Hoss, I ain't got no friends. Well, I was at a funeral where it took you an hour and a half or 2 hours to go from the front door to where he was laid out back there. Then we had a procession that was about, I don't know, 6 or 8 miles long.
Yeah, 6 miles, yeah.
I would hate to see if Junior Staggs had friends. It took 3 days to bury him.
Well, there were many people. I unfortunately wasn't able to make it because I had been in a year-long training class. Some of my colleagues that worked for me, they all went. But that it was one of the hardest things I missed. But I've watched it since then. But yeah, you're right. I mean, sometimes he had more friends than probably any of us.
Darn right.
And
that one guy said earlier,
had a connection with him.
Jimbo, you and I can both probably relate to this. I don't know if you're an auctioneer or not, but he's probably the most well-known auctioneer there ever was.
TikTok auctioneer?
Yep.
I am not an auctioneer.
Right.
He'd probably call me a pretty bad ringman as well. But
there's probably another.
I did a lot of events with him.
Yep, there's probably not a better known one. Well, Jimbo, I really appreciate you calling in, my friend. And
I'm honored to be a part of this, and man, I think one of the things that you just said probably stick with me for a while, and that's just Junior.
Yeah.
That's just who he was, and that's what'll keep us getting up every day, and those memories. That was just Junior.
It's just Junior. Man, I appreciate it, Jimbo, and
thank you for what you're doing.
Yes, sir. No, hey, he's my friend. You know what? If it had been me, he'd have been sitting right here doing what I'm doing.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Jimbo.
Well, y'all have a great night, and thank you for letting me be a part of this.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Tater, you got something you want to do.
Yeah, I don't. Junior was always giving. He probably gave 90% of every dollar he ever made.
I'm sure he did.
Of his time and of his words and wisdom, and and what Rookie and Terry are putting together down at the Breakers is an awesome, awesome deal.
Yeah.
And I can't write a check like Ricky because the bank won't let me have checks. But
that's probably the best truth been told tonight.
I got
out of here tonight on that one.
I got some cash, and I'm going to be out of town this weekend. So I want to give it to Terry, and I want to give this table to, if somebody can call in and tell me what my number one seller is on my menu, they can have the table.
I'll put the phone number up there right quick in the back, guys. Look, we're going to get you a table. And they get the phone number rounded up back there. And when he does, it'll pop. There you go. We want the first caller that can call in and tell us what Tater's best-selling menu item.
Yep.
All you got to do is call that number, and you get a table of 6. And all you got to do is just be the right caller, and you're just paid. And you got to show up now.
I'm going to check back in with Terry. Now, whoever gets this table better be loud and proud down there and acting like Tater. So,
well, folks, I don't know.
Shake the dock down there.
What do you think, Rookie? We might ought to call the Popo right off the bat.
No, we're going to have a good time.
We are.
Rookie usually makes me go back to my truck about dark.
There's a guy named Scott Ingram said he would like to donate $100 and we'll bring it by the shop. Thank you, Scott.
Thank you, Scott.
That's right. We appreciate that. That's pretty good. We got a caller on the line yet. I don't know, but we're working on. They're working on it. Back up, Tater. Put a Tater closer to your microphone. Tater, you say? Yeah, there you go.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. But, you know, you and I have been through with Junior here a lot. You was my co-host for a long time till you opened up that damn place called Taters. Now you're so busy I don't get to see you like I did, brother.
I know.
I call you. But we've had some fun with him.
Oh, yeah, we had. I can remember just very vividly the first conversation I ever had with him. And it was like, what was cool about Junior is he could always relate to everybody about, it didn't matter if you were talking about windmill greasing or football or whatever.
Right.
And I met him at, we were at the Enoch building. I don't even really know why we were out there, but we were setting up against the wall over there, two dudes just sitting there, and we got to talking about adoption and stuff. And he was quizzing, of course, you know, I got 2 adopted kids, and just, I don't know, this conversation just went on, and we were friends ever since then. So it's just, that's just how he was. He just could talk to anybody.
He could. If he walked in right now, he'd take the air out of this room.
Oh, yeah.
That belly laugh, and no matter what it was, he'd have something to say. But
that had something to do. All Alabama fans are like that.
Yeah, I think that's
Okay. I can't believe nobody's brought that up.
Oh,
yet.
okay. You think that's what it is?
That's one thing we disagreed on. Yeah, I agree. Yeah,
but you know, that's Junior. But we had a lot of fun together up here doing those fundraising, and we talked a while ago. I don't know if you could hear it where you were sitting at about the smart water, and you was arguing with him about the water we were selling that night. And you said, hell, he put the smart water at the far end, you know. Hell, I said, I need a drink of that smart water because, you know, I'm not real smart at any time. But it's pretty cool what's going on at the Breakers.
That's a cool venue down there. Everybody needs to go there and check it out.
Yeah,
they got good food, good drinks.
Right.
The company's always good.
Right.
And,
right. Let's go ahead. I think you've got I think they're calling in. I think you've got Ryan Larkins. Go ahead and get him on the line if you can, and I want y'all two to talk with him tonight. I know. Have you tried Ryan yet? Okay, just move on past that, and let's get Ryan Larkins. Okay, now they understand me. We'll come back to when they're doing something back here. I don't know what's going on, but I want to go ahead and get Ryan while I've got these two gentlemen here because y'all want to talk with Ryan too, I'm sure.
Yeah, I'll let Terry do it.
No, Rick, you got to talk too. Now, I promise you I wouldn't put you on the spot, but I lied. Yeah, I know it. But, you know, we're going to have fun. And, you know what's really cool is Tater's Place is sitting in here with the Breakers, and they're both contributing to the same thing. That's what makes Henry County the best place to live, ain't it, Rookie?
Yes, it sure does. And Tater's got a great place out there. And, And had a fish sandwich out there just here a few weeks ago.
Yeah,
it's great.
That's what's and Mike says this over and over. The volunteer county of the volunteer state, and that's what's cool about. You know, as we were talking earlier, I didn't know anything about running a restaurant or anything like that. I'm a bulldozer operator, but just you know, if I needed something, I could call Rookie, and you know, he would help. If I call my buddies up there, anybody in this local town that's just a local owned and operated, it's been fabulous. I mean, whether you're raising money for Junior or you know anything, they're always there to help, and that's what's cool about living in this town right here.
It is, Ricky. You got to agree. I mean, we all know that.
Oh, I agree.
You know, I've called people and I said, "Hey, what's going on down at the Breakers? You put me down for a table." You know, it ain't like they don't second think it. You know, and that's what I love about Henry County. We're all grown. We can live anywhere. I could pack up and move anywhere I want to go, but Paris, Henry County is where I want to live. And Junior told me the same thing. He said, "You know, man, I could have went anywhere, but they took me in. I'm an outsider. I wasn't born and raised here, but hell, they treat me like I've been here my whole life."
Yeah.
You know, I moved here 4 years ago from Benton County.
Right.
And I was just amazed at how this community does come together here.
It's amazing.
It is. And, you know, you hear about a benefit somewhere, and it's covered up with people doing
You know, I've said it. Tater said it, too. Henry County is a volunteer county of a volunteer state, and I'll say that loud and proud. I don't think any other county across Tennessee can compare to the people of Henry County and the surrounding counties too, but I'm talking about Henry County that wants to give in. We've got Ryan Larkins on the line. Ryan, we got you in here?
Okay. All right. Sounds good.
Hello, Ryan.
Mike, how you doing?
Hey, my friend. How are you doing, brother?
Doing well. It's so good to talk to you.
Good to talk to you. I've got Rookie Edwards sitting here. I've got Terry Hudson sitting here from the Breakers. That's the guys you're going to be playing this weekend. Where are you going to be playing? I mean
Yes,
to say.
sir. Yes, sir. I'm so excited about this show, and I'm hoping to raise a lot of money for Junior's family and just celebrate him while we're there.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, the first time I met you, Terry Hudson, I think, and I think didn't Junior have something to do with you coming all the way to Paris and being on my show? I think, wasn't that true, Ryan?
Yes, sir. I think that's right, because I met Junior through TikTok, and I was just a fan of his, and he would comment on my stuff, and I would comment on his, and I think he was a huge part in having me out there.
That's exactly right. Then he brung you to the fairgrounds one year when he just out of the kindness of his heart, he said, "I want to get Ryan Larkins," and people don't realize what's coming up the 26th, which is this coming Saturday at the Breakers with Ryan Larkins. I mean, folks, didn't you write a #1 song, "The Painter"? Is that not what you can credit for?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Y'all know the song, "The Painter." This gentleman on the other end is the one that wrote this song. Who's singing that song? Cody, I think.
Yes, sir. Cody Johnson.
That's right, and that's one of Ryan Larkins' songs. Is there any chance you might perform that song this weekend?
Absolutely. There's a real good chance.
What do you think, Rookie? Have you talked with him, Ryan, before?
No, I haven't.
This is the owner of the. Well, he's not. Well, he's the owner. One of the owners of the Breakers, Ryan. This is Rookie Edwards. I'm going to let you talk with him.
Yeah, Ryan.
Awesome. How you doing, Rookie?
Oh, I'm doing fine, Ryan. But looking forward to listening to you on hearing some great music on Saturday night. And you do have a friend of mine, Bobby Tumberland. I think y'all write together some.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
I love Bobby. He's one of my favorites.
Yeah, Bobby. He's one of the best guys you could ever meet. But no, we're at Breakers are looking so forward to seeing you on Saturday night, and I know you and Terry are good friends. I think back in Douglas Corner while y'all were in Nashville met, and Bart Herberson.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Ryan, Bart kept telling me about this songwriter. He said, there's a guy that, his name is Ryan Larkins, and he's got a song called "The King of Country Music Is the Song." And I said, man, that's a great title, a great hook.
Yeah.
And then you came out there and did that for us. And boy, I mean, I said, this guy's on his way right here. He is on his way.
He's there.
He's there.
Oh, yeah.
And he's going to be in Paris. Ryan, I mean, I know you come to Paris and you met Junior and have you got any little stories about Junior, or y'all try to just, did you see the good side of Junior?
I didn't know him very well. We did talk a few times, and right. I probably was around him, I would say 4 or 5 times. And honestly, one of the most vivid memories that I have of Junior is, we had played that show in Henry County, and that was like 2 years ago. And then last year, I made my Grand Ole Opry debut. And I remember walking out there on that stage, and I saw my mom and my dad, my wife, my family, and so many friends. And I looked out, and I saw Junior. And after the show, I'm telling you, after the show, there was this line, just a little meet and greet line, and he waited in line just to shake my hand and tell me how proud he was of me. And that meant so much to me. And he was just an encourager. He would always make you feel like you were just the most important person in the room. And I just admired him so much. And I feel like he was just a wonderful guy.
He sure was. And we're going to celebrate Junior Staggs this weekend with the guy that's on the line right now, Ryan Larkins. Ryan, tell us what we can expect coming up this weekend.
Man, we're going to have a lively, fun show. I'm going to do a bunch of originals. I'm going to play a few covers, and I'm probably going to do some gospel songs. I'm going to mix it up a little bit. So I hope everybody's ready for all that. And it's just going to be a good time.
It's going to be a fun time. I mean, how can it get any better when straight out of Nashville, off the stage of the Grand Ole Opry, we have Ryan Larkins going to be here at the Breakers Saturday night, and all the money off the ticket sales goes to Junior Staggs, his family. Ryan, I can't wait to see you. You got something to say over there?
Well, I just wanted to remind everybody, the young man that's opening up for Ryan,
yes,
Dawson Stigoff from Nashville, and he is donating his time. He said, "I don't want any money. I just want a chance to play before the crowd and help his family out." So he's donating his time.
That's wonderful, Ryan. I can't wait to see you, my friend. You know you owe me something. You know that, don't you?
I sure do, and I'm going to bring it with me.
Ryan, I appreciate you calling in, and I want everybody, you hear the gentleman's voice, how he talks, man. He's got that voice when he talks. It's proper. You ought to hear him saying, you got your whole band coming, correct?
Yes, sir. They're all going to be there, and we're just going to have a time. It's going to be a blast.
It's going to be swimming room only before this is over, right? If you ever been to the Breakers, you don't even know what you got coming up. Look, when you get on that stage, behind you, Rookie, help me out here. He's surrounded by water where he's singing at. Tell us.
He can't go anywhere. I hope he can swim.
You hope you can swim. It's a beautiful venue. Your stage is backed up to the water, and I think if you look out the right side, I think they got a wall behind you in case you get staggering around and fall out the back in Tennessee River. It's a beautiful venue. You're going to love it. You got an excellent sound, and you got the guy, I think, what's his name that does the sound most of the time?
Steve French.
Steve French does the sound down there. I'm sure he'll do this too, correct?
Yes, I think they've been in touch with Ryan's
right.
sound.
So you're getting one of the nicest places. And people's going to be coming by boats, pulling up in the marina, getting out of their boats, walking up there listening, because people coming in the gate. And I'm telling y'all, when you come, you better get there early, and you better get a damn table, because you're going to fool around and call me and say, Mike, I want a table, and I'm going to say they're gone. So you better be getting a hold of us, 731-336-2200.
731-441-2214.
And you better get that table reserved. You don't have to pay me now. You can. I'd rather have it now, but if you can't, we'll have your name on it, and all you got to do is show up at the gate and play. And you're going to hear Ryan Larkins. He can sing like a bell, dude. You're going to be surprised. Straight out of Nashville, right off the stage of the Grand Ole Opry, Ryan Larkins is coming this weekend to the Breakers. Ryan, I can't wait to see you, my friend.
Thank you so much, Mike. I can't wait to see you.
All right, brother. Take care. You hear me?
Yes, sir. You too.
All right, brother. There you go. That was Ryan Larkin. That's the talent that's going to be at the Breakers.
Let me say one.
Yes, sir.
One thing, we talked about it earlier. There are people that are wanting to help out,
yeah,
but they can't be here Saturday night. And you do have a way they can send a donation in.
Yes, sir.
At Commercial Bank.
That's right. Commercial Bank.
And it is to Katie Staggs.
Go ahead. Get us.
At the Katie Staggs, and that's GoFundMe account at Commercial Bank here in Paris, Tennessee.
Okay. I've got another donation here that's coming in. J.P. Park, he's my neighbor, a good guy, good friend of mine. He's donated $500. So we've had $1,100 donated tonight to the family of Junior Staggs. That's Kate and them three girls. That's coming. That's you can't get no better than that. Rookie, Terry, I'll see y'all Saturday.
Look forward.
And Rookie, now you're going to sing that song that I wrote. It's a love song.
Oh no.
She broke my heart and I broke her jaw.
Oh no.
Oh, okay. That's a love song that me and Junior sold. All right, folks, we're going to take a commercial break. I got to pay the bills, and we got some other people who wants to call in. We're moving along quick as we can. I don't have no flow sheet tonight. I'm just winging it. I know it's unusual the way I'm doing it tonight, but that's just the only way we can celebrate the life of Junior Staggs. So I got to pay my bills before we have to do a benefit for me, So we're going to take a commercial break, and we'll be right back. Hey, friends, I got something I want to talk to you about. The Breakers at Buchanan, Tennessee have decided on July the 26th, they got Ryan Larkins. He's a singer-songwriter out of Nashville, Tennessee. He's right off the stage of the Grand Ole Opry. He's going to be performing July the 26th, and they decided all the ticket sales will be going to the family of Junior Staggs. Junior Staggs is not only a part of the Brewer Street Mafia, he was my friend, he was your friend, and he was the community's friend. So I need you to do your part to help us help the family of Junior Staggs. Buy a ticket, buy a table, and meet us all at the Breakers, July the 26th, to listen to some good country music from Ryan Larkins and help us support the family of Junior Staggs. Be there. We'll talk to you later. See you July the 26th at the Breakers.
Charter Senior Living, located at 350 Volunteer Drive, is a premier community for seniors interested in pursuing life, energy, and purpose. We have restaurant-style dining, life enrichment programs, social activities, local scheduled transportation, and a beauty salon. We show respect to our veterans with a wall of honor. Our mission at Charter Senior Living is to enhance the human spirit. For more information about Charter Senior Living, call us at 731-644-9680.
Is your tank on empty? Come to 54 Fuel Mart, located at 1213 A Westwood Street, for the best prices on gas. What about your other tank? You know, the one that is growling? 54 Fuel Mart has you covered for that as well. Check out our fried chicken, wings, pizza, and many other items to satisfy your hunger. On Tuesdays and Fridays, you really need to check out the fried fish. We also have a selection of freeze-dried candies, along with an entire aisle of candy bars and other sweets. Is it raining, or do you just not want to get out of the car? We have a drive-up window for your convenience. We also have dyed diesel for use in your tractors and other farm equipment. We have parking for big rigs, and our business hours are 5 a.m. to 10 p.m. Feeling lucky? Well, do you? We have scratch-offs, and you can try your hand and the TN Lottery while you're here. 54 Fuel Mart, located at the Westwood Y, Paris.
Chad Cox, PLLC, provides representation in the areas of criminal law, family law, personal injury, wills and probate law. Chad Cox serves Paris and the surrounding area. He does not believe in a one-size-fits-all approach to representing his clients. He reviews every detail of your case to ensure that you receive an assessment that is specific to the unique circumstances in your case. Chad Cox is located at 104 North Brewer Street, Paris, Tennessee. Contact us at 731-642-4446.
The Downtown Event Center is available for parties, meetings, or family get-togethers. The center comes with spacious seating and an area that will help make serving food easier. If you are having a birthday party, this is definitely the place for you. The Downtown Event Center is located at 107 South Brewer Street. Contact Jessica at 731-642-4992 to make your reservation.
This is Jeremy Buckaloo reminding you to tune in to Sportscast with Jeremy Buckaloo live every Sunday night at 7:30 here from the Brewer Street Mafia Studios.
All right, folks, next week, that's right, Tuesday, July 29th, Dr. Ken Berry is coming back in, Unfiltered Part 2. What happens next? Me and Dr. Ken Berry, we got unfinished business, bigger questions, and bolder answers. I'm going to talk to Dr. Ken Berry about my diet, which he complains about. I think I'm in damn good health. but he says I'm going to die early. I don't know. So Dr. Ken Berry's going to come back. I'm going to find out exactly what he recommends me, your humble host, to eat. I mean, I'm a meat eater. I am. I love it. But he's got this diet about meat, and I'm going to talk to him like you've never seen me talk before. I'm going to ask him and find out what in the hell is all these. I watch him on TikTok, guys, and everything he says I like, but I'm going to find out if he's really true. So tune in next week, Tuesday the 29th, as me and Dr. Ken Berry go back to Mike and Ken Part 2. You ain't want to miss this, and that's going to be a great show, so tune in for it. And don't forget, coming up on my sister's brother show, it's called Sportscast Live with Jeremy Bucklow. He's got Jack Todd, Chase Cameron, and Jamerson McLean coming in. Forever Patriots, from Little League games to Major League dreams. Hey, you need to tune in. If you haven't done it, look, big folks, go over, find Sportscast Live on Facebook. Find him and follow him, because he's bringing you all the sports. It's going to be local, state, national, federal. It might even be some foreign sports coming in here. NASCAR, he's got some NASCAR he's working on. He's got lots of stuff going on, and he needs to be your go-to place for all the sports that's going on in our area. Go find him right now when you get a chance. Sportscast Live with Jeremy Bucklow, and keep up with all the sports that's going on. This man knows his sports like I know how to eat a biscuit. So tune in, Sportscast Live, Jeremy Bucklow, every Sunday at 7:30. You'll thank me later. And don't forget my other brother show, the Tennessee Informer. He has special guest is Robert Lee Hodge, a living historian, well known in reenacting circles, especially noted for his devotion to accuracy and why it matters in historic reenactment. From stitch to story, accuracy is an option, it's the mission. That's coming up Monday, July the 28th, 7 p.m., the Tennessee Informer. You don't want to miss it. And don't forget my old buddy Terry Hudson. He's been in here with me tonight. Classic Hits Z107.com. Tune in. He's got 3 shows he does. He's got Country Classic Jukebox, Classic Hits Cafe, and a Blue Collar Americana. Hey, everybody is tuned in to your social media, internet, what us those guys call it. Back in the day, we called it interweb. I don't know if that's even a damn word anymore. But tune in to ClassicHitsZ107.com and find Terry Hudson. He was just live in here with me, and follow him on his great shows he's got going. 3 great shows, 3 different days and times. That's a great one. And don't forget, coming up this weekend, we've been talking about it. You don't want to miss it. At Saturday, July the 26th at 7 p.m. at Breakers Marina, we have got a Jamming for Junior, a night of music and remembrance. We got Dawson Stiegel and Ryan Larkins. Ryan Larkins right out of Nashville, right off the stage of the Grand Ole Opry, a #1 singer-songwriter. Hey, we're going to sell you the whole seat, but you'll probably be standing up dancing on that. Give us a call. Get your ticket. All the proceeds from the ticket sales go straight 100% to Junior Staggs family. So all you got to do is buy you a table. It's $200 or $20 donation, and I'm going to step out on the line. I know times is tough right now, but if you want to be a part of this great celebration, just come out there and whatever you got, standing room only, we'll let you in. It doesn't matter. It don't mean a thing. If you got $10, $5, $20, it doesn't matter. We'll find you a place to stand, because it's going to be swimming room only when we sink the dock at Breakers Marina this Saturday night. Dawson Stiegel and Ryan Larkins. Don't miss it. And don't forget, we're simulcasting live on Facebook, YouTube, Spotify. I don't know. Listen, go to www.myparishtv.com, and it's got all the shows are on there. You can find us all. That's myparishtv.com, and you can find all the great shows Kill Media and Brewer Street Mafia has to offer. It's right there, all in one place, myparishtv.com, and you can find out everything that's going on. All right, folks, we are still here going strong tonight, and I guess I would call these some of the grunt guys that done all the hard work. That's what Junior told me one time.
Grunters.
Tyler Miller, Ben Bevins, and Justin Miller. I've lost my screen, so I don't know what they're telling me in the back, but I've lost my monitor. I don't know what happened to it, but, that's just worse things that happen. He's on the line. Okay, let me introduce these guys first. Tell them hang tight just a second. How you doing, my friend?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing wonderful. Tyler, you
That's
worked
right.
with Junior for a long time, haven't you?
I did, not as long as these other guys, but I was there I was there a lot the last year or so.
Right. And I bet you got some stories.
I got a couple.
What about you, Ben Beavens? You've been there a while.
Yes, sir. Right at 6 years.
And you got some stories too, don't you?
Just a few.
Just a few stories. And I know, Justin, you've been there a while.
Yep. I was with him from day one when he first split off from Doug, and then so I got to see the split and got to see him come back together with Doug. And
You got to see the operation. You got to see the stitches.
Yep, that's right.
You
That's
got to
right.
see it all. So y'all can tell me a story. Beforehand, tell me one more time in my ear who I've got coming, who I've got on the phone. Before I release it, I've got something, folks, that I want to read to you. You better get your hankies ready, because this was sent to me after we left the funeral home for Junior. Now listen real close to what I say. Mike, you don't know me, but I was the guy in the red shirt next to you today at Junior's funeral. We never met, but because of Junior, I've tuned into your show very often. Me and Junior met in 2014 at CAI. We were roommates, became instant friends, more like brothers. You made the comment about mental health and how our society doesn't deal with it well, and what we need to do to change it. What I said, folks, was we do, as a society, are doing a piss-poor job dealing with mental health, and I stand by that. He goes on to say, we need more people like Junior. That's what we truly need. People down to earth who truly cares. You see, Junior was more than a brother and a friend. He was a savior. In September 2016, I was going through some really dark times. PTSD from my military career, broken home, and a broken business. Junior called me one evening and said, Carl, I don't know, but the Lord laid it on my heart to call you. That phone call saved my life. I was sitting in my truck in a remote area in Indiana and had just finished a note to my family. I was moments away from leaving this world. Junior's call and his commitment to life talked me down from the ledge. He talked to me for hours that night and called every day for weeks after. He was someone I could call, talk to, and he would do the same. We traveled the same roads, had the same demons, the same aspirations in life. He helped me through some really dark times. He's the only reason I was able to stand there today was because he saved my life. So you ask what we need. My answer is we need more passionate, caring humans like Junior. He never met a stranger and is always eager to help others. I just wish my friend would have called and asked us for help. Thank you for all you did for Junior. I know he was a good friend of yours. Now, folks, if that right there doesn't tell you the kind of guy that I'm trying to celebrate tonight and bring to you, the Junior Staggs, that everybody in this studio, which is a packed house, and everybody that's called in, that's the Junior Staggs we know. And now on the phone, I have Mr. Carl Gilbert. Welcome to the show, Carl.
Thanks, Mike. Thanks for having me.
Yes, sir. That letter was written by you.
Yes, sir.
Do you want to tell me a little bit about your relationship with Junior and this letter, and just start talking to me?
So me and Junior, I think the good Lord, man, a lot of people had pushed me to go to CAI for years, and I put it off, and man, he put me in the right place at the right time. Me and Junior were roommates that first year, and just clicked instantly. There wasn't a soul that he didn't click with, in my opinion, at least that I know of. I mean, but after really getting to know him, we had some long conversations and found out that we both had the same issues. We both suffered from, depression, anxiety, and mine was a little different with my military stuff, but it still all the same. And man, he was a true friend.
Yes, sir. To many. But Junior saved your life, Carl. I don't remember you at the funeral, and I was probably doing what I do worst, talking when I should be listening. But, Carl, I meant everything I said. We are doing a horrible job when it comes to mental health. Do you agree with that statement? Hello, have I lost you?
No, I'm still here.
Okay. Do you think we're doing
I'm still here.
Okay, I got you now. I think we're doing a horrible job with mental health. Do you agree with that statement?
I do. I completely do. I mean, I'm a retired military guy, and whether it be the military side or the civilian side, I mean, the biggest thing that I feel is it's such a stigma placed upon people, when they come out, like, oh, they have issues, or, and it hinders people from wanting to talk about it. I mean, this is until I texted you that day at the funeral, nobody else knew about what happened to me and Junior. At least I hadn't told anybody. He told me he wasn't going to tell anybody either. That was.
I didn't know it. And Junior, is anybody here at the table know that story? I'm sitting there with his closest friends, and they're just looking at me like, what the hell? Because I had saved what I read. I wanted to save it till I could talk to you. No, Junior never told a word, but that's what Junior does. That's the Junior Staggs that we all love. I mean, Carl, I don't know the answers, nor am I claiming to be. I hate it when somebody tells me I'm not doing something right, but they don't know another way to do it. But mental health has been hidden too long. If it's a heart attack or if it's cancer or anything else, we don't mind talking about it. But we've got to get away from mental health being something we hide. We've got to put it on the front porch and give it a glass of sweet tea and let the whole world understand it's a disease. It's just a disease that needs attention. Correct me where I'm wrong, Carl.
No, you're 100% right. And I think the biggest thing is the stigma that society puts on it. And, everybody says, oh, you have mental health. They put you in the category of a Jeffrey Dahmer or somebody that's going to go out and commit mass murders or do this or do that. And that's a whole different mental health.
It is. The mental health I'm talking about is what you went through. I'm going to share with you, one of my employees was a Afghanistan veteran, 3 times tour. Worked for me, grew up with my daughter, and he had some problems. We sent him to VA, and they absolutely dropped the ball. You understand, Carl? They dropped the damn ball. And he ended his life, just like Junior did. And I felt so helpless. And my daughter, she still stands, because he was a good friend of my daughter. She was cooking supper when he called her, and she just said he calls all the time. She just said, I'll call him back when I'm done cooking. Well, it didn't work out that way. But, we've got to learn, and you're the best person tonight that can explain to these people that mental health is something that we've got to learn as a society. And as men, women do it too, but as men, I'm talking about right now, that it's okay to ask for help. No, it's okay. It's okay to have a weak moment, and it's okay to call a friend like Junior called you, and that's why you're talking to me tonight, Carl.
Absolutely, and I think that's why I said to you about Junior, because, I've reached out. I've served in Afghanistan and seen all that. And when I came back and went to the VA and, went for PTSD and all that, and the doctor said it was from my childhood upbringings, that it was because of my parents. And it's like, that's not true. It's the medical professions don't get it. They're not going to be there for you. And I think it's somehow we've got to figure out how you can get incorporated with your friends like Junior, somebody that you can reach out to and have those conversations that understands it, because the medical professionals, they just want to check the box and move on to the next person. They're just not passionate about it.
I can agree with you on that one, Carl. I've been there with you, brother. It's just a box checked, and maybe they'll give you a pill if they got one and just send you out. But we've got to do a better job. There's too many Juniors out there, and there's too many Carls that's good people that's given to society. Junior was the most generous person that I know. And I can tell you from working with him and a lot, and you've heard other people talk about him tonight, the generosity from Junior Staggs is off the scales. And his family probably knows a lot. There's probably a lot that he doesn't tell his family, like this generosity I've seen him do. I mean, and he give to society. Carl, like you give your soul to the military, and we can't help him. That's what kills me. Was nothing we can do. That's the part that we've got to do better at, Carl.
Yeah, you never know what's going to attack you. I mean, I know I was talking to Katie and Doug, and just nobody's seen this coming. I mean, and he was on top of the world, it seemed like, and then you never know when it's going to attack you, and it's a stigma that's never going to go away. You're going to live with it the rest of your life. You just have to figure out how to manage it.
Junior told me one time, because he was very open. And listen, people, listen to me. I'm not saying any secrets on Junior, because Junior, if he was here right now, he would lay it out there. Y'all know that. Y'all work with him. I'm not, and you know it too. He would tell you about mental health. He was very adamant about sharing mental health. He said, he said, Mike, it's like being in a tunnel. Demons on one end, demons behind you, and you don't see the light. You know, but we lost a great guy right there. He loved Jesus. He was a firm believer in Jesus Christ, his Savior. He loved his wife. He loved his children, and he gave back to society. You know, he's not a taker, he's a giver, and we've lost that. We've lost another one.
Absolutely, yeah. He was definitely one of the rare ones. I mean, and like I said, I know we both during that time was going through stuff. I made a trip down to Tennessee. I think it was 2000 when he bought the farm, and he was going through some rough times. And I mean, his mom had made the comment that kind of took him for a turn, just me making that trip down there. It's little things like that. People just don't realize it's the little things that help.
It's kind of strange. I don't know how to share this, but this deal that the Breakers are doing for Junior, which is outstanding for Rookie and Terry and the whole crew down at the Breakers. And I even had the musician that's going to be on the show. I had him call in. But, you know, I'm trying to help them out. You know, I'm not doing it. I'm trying to help. And you're not going to believe this, guys, but I said, I need to call Junior. Damn, that hit me. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Because he'd help me.
Absolutely.
You're right. Yes, he would.
He's giving person.
Carl, I appreciate you calling in, brother. And I hope you'll stay my friend, because I feel like a connection there, brother.
Absolutely. I appreciate everything you guys do for Junior, and I know the guys in the room there did a lot for him over the last years with the auctions and stuff. And, just make sure you guys wrap your. I'm 6-7 hours away, but just make sure you guys keep Katie wrapped around, because she's gonna need it, and I know his mom is too.
They're all gonna need it. Thanks, Carl, for sharing your story and allowing me to share something that a lot of people didn't know about Junior. You know, he was a savior. He saved your life. Thanks, Carl.
Thank you, Mike.
Bye-bye. That's the Junior Staggs that a lot of people doesn't know about right there.
Right. That's right.
Did y'all even know that story?
Never heard it.
Never heard it. See there? That's what we're here tonight. To just talk about what we lost. You know, and tell me some stuff about yourself and Junior, what you went through with Junior. Did he have that short fuse and a loud bang, didn't he?
Oh, you know it.
Did he ever?
Yeah, if it didn't work, it got a free airplane ride across the ground.
How many times he fire y'all and rehire you back?
I don't know if that quite ever happened.
But I knew Junior, you know, but that's just Junior. That's what, and y'all stayed with him and loved him for it, right?
Oh, yeah.
Was he charitable to y'all, took care of you?
Oh, yeah. 100%. Like, I mean, he'd give you the shirt off his back if he could.
Yeah.
I mean, helping out, do whatever, and always went the extra mile.
He did. He was that kind of guy that would just, I mean, you know, what can you say about when you lose something? I've said it earlier, and I mean this. He was not a taker. He was a giver.
That's right.
You know, and he'd reach deep in that pocket. When we would do a fundraiser up here, and he would donate his time, but he still reached in his pocket and say, "Hey, I want to give this right here."
Yep.
You know, and I said, "Junior, you did enough." He said, "Hoss, I want to do it." That's the Junior we lost.
Yep.
You're right.
And we need more of them.
That's right.
You know, that deal, him and Burton, you know, they matched that money that night.
Yeah, that's just Junior. I mean, and Junior, like a lot of us, he's just a working man. He wasn't a very wealthy, just multi-millionaire, but he give. And that kind of giving's better. When you got somebody that gives you 100 when they got 200, that's a lot more than a guy gives you 1,000 when he's got 100,000.
That's exactly right.
You know, and that's the Junior Staggs that I knew. Y'all got any stories you want to tell about him? Or y'all just want to keep at it? Go ahead.
I want to go back to what Jimbo said about that truck ride. There's lots of stories that could be shared about our DU trips, but I think it was after that truck, he bought a little red Toyota car, And me, Ben, and Junior, we were all pretty good size. And this car sat low to the ground, and we got a lot of looks pulling into Memphis. Like, you know, we look like some drug dealers pulling into Memphis. But that truck ride,
Pull your mic closer, Ricky.
Got it.
There you go. Go ahead now, sir.
That truck ride was it was a long ride from Milan. Me and Junior picked Ben up in Milan, and it was quite. We turned a lot of heads that night, and
You look like rodeo clowns.
it was something like that. Yeah,
clowns anyway.
Yeah,
the clowns. I don't know about the rodeo part, but you're a clown. That's right.
That's right.
But
I was not warned previously that was how the trip was going to go.
Well, it wasn't originally planned, but that was the vehicle that we had. But
Junior didn't care.
No. I mean, Junior
Did
had
he barrel laugh any?
Oh yeah,
belly laugh.
Oh yeah. There's nothing like it. But I mean, I go back, and I think of, I spent hours with Junior going back and forth to Memphis, and I got the opportunity. Me and Ben got to go with him to Vegas and to San Diego and Charleston, South Carolina, all for big DU events. And the times we had to talk, you were talking about earlier what Junior, talked about mental illness. I mean, I spent hours, from our rides, 2-hour rides back and forth to Memphis, hours talking different things like that. Good, brother conversation about stuff like that, and he was, he would share whatever. He didn't hide it.
Yeah.
And I just, man, those conversations are probably one of the things I'm going to miss the most about Junior, is just that good, that really good conversation that I always had with him.
Yeah. The mental health part that I've been talking about, I feel comfortable that Junior's okay with me saying that.
Oh yeah.
Because he talked about it, and he was
100%.
not,
100%.
It didn't matter. He would just tell you how it was. I think I got somebody on the line here, Dustin Rogers. Have I got you on the line? Hello.
Hey, Mike, can you hear me?
Yes, I got you. How you doing, Dustin?
I'm doing well. I hope you are.
Oh yeah, man. I'm sorry to keep y'all waiting like that, but when you do a show like this, there's just no way to keep it organized. You just let her ride.
Oh, all good here.
It is. You sent me a little odd. Tell me who you are first before we get there. Tell me who Dustin is and how you met Junior and all the whole thing.
Yes, sir. So I'm Dustin Rogers. Live over in North Carolina. I live in Mount Airy, North Carolina, better known to most folks as Mayberry. But I met Junior I met him before, but we really got to know each other in 2017. I was traveling. I had won the International Auctioneer Championship, and I was traveling. I spoke at Kentucky's convention, and I'll tell you a story about that in just a minute, maybe. But got to know Junior really well since 2017, and then really over the last year got to where we talked fairly regular. And so that's a little bit about me, and that's how I know Junior.
He was a great guy. Tell me a little bit about this audio. I think my producer, somehow or another, magic, Tell me a little bit about that audio that we're going to play. Do I need to play it first?
Yes, sir. No, I'll tell you a quick bit about it. So I quit my corporate job back in March and went full-time on my own business. I was full-time in the auction business for a long time till COVID. Took a corporate job at that time, transitioned back out. But I've got a podcast called Your Impact Story Podcast, and share some short clips on social media from time to time. And, sometimes two or three people will like them, and you just go on your way. But
for one podcast or another, when you understand how it is, when I'm doing a podcast about my friend and there's no structure to it, I just say, come on, we'll just do it. So I think we're doing a pretty good job for what we're doing it with. Yeah, I hope you agree.
100%. You're doing an outstanding job, and I've enjoyed listening.
It's tough.
We'll continue to listen after tonight.
I appreciate it. But go ahead with your story.
Yeah, yes, sir. So I posted a video, and it was just not a scripted, this is what I'm going to post on this day, but I woke up and I just had it on my heart, and I shared a post, just a quick video about answering God's call and being who you were created to be. And I mean, the video couldn't have been a minute long because it was on YouTube Shorts and Facebook. And it's interesting the timing, but I was in one. That was one of those days where I thought, man, I don't know if I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing or not, because it's, early days of this new project here. And anyway, so I put it out there on social media, and it was out there not very long, and I got a call from Junior, and so he left me a voicemail. I saved the voicemail, and then I think that's what you're getting ready to play.
I'm going to play it. Hey, Kevin, tell me in my ear if you've got that audio ready to play. All right, Dustin, we're going to play it, and I want you to come back when it's over and tell us what we're talking about. You got me, brother?
Sure.
Turn it loose.
Hey, Hoss, next time you just tag me in that video. You had me pulling over on the side of the road, bawling my doggone eyes out. I just want to call and tell you thank you, man. I love you. You'll never know. You'll never, ever, ever know how much I appreciate you, how much I thank you for answering the doggone call, because you pulled me out of a rut, man. My relationship with God is as good as it's ever been, and I can't tell you thank you enough, dude. You just keep doing what He's telling you to do, and the world's going to be a better place. But I love you. I appreciate you. Give me a call back if you get a chance. But I just had to tell you. You was talking to me. You just didn't know it. I love you, man. Bye.
Wow. That's something right there.
That's
dang,
that's
Dustin.
To the bone right there.
That's pretty good right there. Just seen a video, and Junior just picked up on it and called you.
Yes, sir. And so I got that message, and I don't remember if I was driving down the road or not, but I pretty much did the same thing.
You had to pull over too.
I did. I go ahead.
Did you hear that story I just read, the last call in about Junior saving his life? Did you hear that?
I did. I know Carl through the auction world too, and I've never heard that story, but just thankful.
It is, and that's the kind of guy that we're trying to celebrate tonight. And in mental health, I'm going to say it again. We're doing a piss poor job because we've lost Junior Staggs for something that should be a way to avoid this.
Agree 100%. And the day that he left me that voicemail, we talked for probably an hour, maybe a little over an hour that day. And it was a great conversation. Junior and I had some really deep, hard conversations about life and where life's taken both of us. And, the road that he was on, the road that I've been on in the past. So, but that day we had an outstanding conversation, and we were talking about, plans or things that the two of us were going to do together this fall.
Yeah.
And how I wanted to continue to support and encourage him. But I ended the call just telling him, Junior, you'll never know. I put that, the whole purpose of my show is to just help other people to have a positive impact on the world around.
What is the name of your podcast? Let's give it a shout out, man. Because we all as podcasters, we need to network more than we do. We all need to help each other. What's the name of your podcast?
It's called Your Impact Story Podcast.
Great, and they can just find it on all the major platforms.
Yes, sir. It's on Apple and Spotify and YouTube.
There you go, brother. We all need to do it. How many times have anybody here ever called Junior, and the way he'd answer that phone, you wonder if he was pissed off? Hello? You know what I'm talking about, how he'd answer? You ever heard that? Dustin, you ever heard that call? What the hell was that all about? I didn't know if I ought to just hang up and call back later or just talk to him. But y'all tell me. What do y'all think?
He did it.
He would. He'd say, hello. I didn't know if he was mad or what, but I guess he had that thing in his ear and just cared. Yep. He said, you're fine. I'm doing it. Hey, move this over there. Get that over. Yeah. Hey, he might call Justin. Get this right here while he's on the phone. Is that normal?
Oh, yeah. 100%. Yep.
Dustin, I appreciate you calling in, my friend.
Yes, sir. Hey, I'll say one more thing.
Yes,
Mike.
sir.
I agree with you 100% on what you're saying. I appreciate the transparency that you're bringing to the mental health world.
Yeah.
I consider myself, I try to be a mental health advocate, and I think that the more we talk about it, the more we continue to talk about it, and just tell everybody else, hey, it's okay. Somebody else has been where you are today. Talk to somebody.
I'm holding a ball in my hand that Patrick gave me. He's an advocate for it too. Patrick Smith. He helps me a lot up here. He's just like Junior. He helps me a lot. I got a little ball in my hand right here. He pitched me a while ago, and it says, "Believe in yourself." But we've done a bad job, and I'm probably one of the oldest guys. Well, there's no older people here tonight, but usually. And I raised with a father that if I'm working on the farm and I fall off the ladder, he'd holler down, "Walk it off, son," and grab that 2x4. And if somebody has some mental issues in our family, he said, "Don't talk about it, son. They'll think we're crazy." Well, that's how I grew up. And I hate to be so blunt about it because we're not politically correct. I never have been. But I love my father. But that's probably how he was raised too. Mm-hmm. And that's the wrong way, Dustin. We shouldn't do it that way. We've got to change to where we put mental health up there. I'm going to say it again, folks, like a broke record. We've got to put the mental health back up there with cancer, heart disease, Parkinson's disease, Alzheimer. You know what? Mental health is just a damn disease. It doesn't mean anything different. That's how I believe.
Yes, sir.
I appreciate you calling in, my friend.
Yes, sir.
Hey, stay in touch. You've got my contact number. Hey, we might even do some stuff together on our podcast.
I look forward to it.
Thank you, my friend.
Thank you, Dustin.
Yes, sir.
I mean, guys, that's where we're at right there. I mean, talking about Junior.
That's it.
That video, that audio. There's no telling how many people has got audio of Junior Staggs. Mm-hmm. Do y'all know any auctioneer that's more well known than him?
Not a one.
No, but he was the TikTok auctioneer. Had what?
Yep.
1.5 million followers or something on TikTok.
It is.
Something like that.
That's right.
And it's so sad that it come down to where it ended the way it did, with so much to offer, so much to give, so much he had done to people, and how far he. But he just felt like, to me, y'all can correct me when I'm wrong, that he just never was perfect or something. What am I trying to say?
You said something earlier, like about not having any friends and how big the funeral and everything was. Junior was always a guy. He'd tell you he didn't have them 5 friends.
Yeah.
But he could, and you could sit here and tell him until you're blue in the face. But it didn't sink. That's the thing. He had the impact he had on people. I mean, just on us 3 sitting here.
Yeah.
That worked with him. The impact he had on us, or the impact that he had on other people, he didn't know that. He couldn't see that because of the mental health stuff. He just it didn't go past.
It's a waste.
It is.
Yeah. Talking about how well known he was. So when I first got wanted to get my auction license, I went to school in 2016, and I just sat for 2 years.
Heard you was a good one.
Didn't do anything. Well, I try. I've had good mentors. Had good mentors.
You got one sitting over here somewhere.
That's right.
I won't talk about that belt buckle.
Well, we can get there later.
You know what I'm talking about.
What I wanted to say was, I was working at a sawmill in Cottage Grove, lived in Cottage Grove at the time.
That's where I live, Highcombe, God's country.
That's right. Beautiful area. And decided I needed to do something with it. I went to school and might as well get my license, and so never heard of Junior Staggs. Never heard of him, had no idea who he was. He was the first person that Google pulled up when I looked up. I had to hang, you have to apprentice, and I had to hang my license with somebody, and called him up. I'll never forget the day I called him up on the phone sitting in the debarker cab there, Wagler and Son Sawmill. And
I know right where you at.
Talked to me like he knew me all his life. That's the way he did everybody. He never met a stranger. Mm-hmm. And, he was all about it. Wanted me to come over and went over there and visited him in the office there. And this is before the shop.
He wasn't jealous. I didn't see the jealousy with other auctioneers. I think he really wanted other people to do it.
Yeah. He loved coaching people, and that's something that I've noticed. Of course, I went over there and we visited for a while, and I really still had no idea who I was dealing with.
Yeah,
and as
didn't
the years,
take you long to figure that out.
That's right. As the years progressed, and he started getting me more involved with different auctioneer associations and competitions, and just introducing me to so many people. I finally realized I don't think to this day I've ever met an auctioneer or anybody in the industry that did not know Junior Staggs.
No, it don't matter.
It's blown my mind.
Yeah.
Is it not amazing? Give me a little chant.
Oh, you're not going to do that, are you?
Yeah,
Put him on the spot.
Come on,
hey, when I go out and eat supper with Dana, I got to go out there and check her car and see what the damn mess is all about.
Come on, do it.
Give me something to sell.
I want you to sell this pen.
That'll work. We'll sell an ink pen. Hey, good red kind right here. Here we go. I'm down at a dollar, I'm at a dumb beard, 25 at a dumb beard, 30. Now 5.
Yep.
I'm down 35 at a body, 45 at a dumb beard,
Yep.
45, 55. And now 65, 75 dollar, I'm at a dumb
Yep.
beard, 85, 95, 5 at a body, 95 dollar, 100 at 100, I'm at a dumb beard, 100. I sold him $95.
Damn it.
That's good.
Junior, be proud.
Well,
he helped you get there.
He did.
He always said that Ben was a son that he never had.
He did.
That was it. I'm going to be honest with you. I can hear a little Junior in you.
Oh, yeah.
I've heard that before.
It is. And I don't mean that because we're talking about Junior. If I didn't know you and know Junior, and we was talking about Junior, I'd say, damn, is that Junior?
Mm-hmm.
You learned that from Junior because you got that.
Yep.
So, you're right.
Yeah, the way you. So it's not just me then.
He always preached rhythm. Junior had a very distinct rhythm when
He
he
did.
sells, and
You got
I've
it.
spent a lot of hours listening to it.
You got that
But
rhythm.
he always, and that's one thing I wanted to say. Thank you guys for doing this.
No,
Junior
man.
had a saying that he'd always tell me right before I got up to compete. He'd say, "Son, leave it all in the mic."
There you go.
And that's what you guys have done tonight. For
Well, that's
Junior.
what we
You've left
tried
it
to
all
do.
in the mic.
Well,
and he'd be tickled to death.
I try to run a tight show, and I know I'm not a host, guys, and I've never claimed to be a host. I'm just an idiot to get up here and do this. But when it comes to something like this, and I told y'all it was a lot of people here, and I said I don't know how to do this. I'm having a mental breakdown like Junior, because I like a little bit of structure in my life, and who don't? I'm a
We all do.
businessman. And there's been no structure tonight, but you know what? It's just fine.
I told you tonight.
Junior said that it'll work out.
I told you tonight.
Yeah. It ain't about me.
It's all about
I told
Junior.
you tonight. You
Junior
gonna be
always
fine.
said, if nothing else, just pivot, make it work.
I pivoted.
Make it work. Make it work.
But I'm going to tell you something, Junior. I pivoted. I wore my pivoter out. We need a little grease. Can you buy me some grease?
Oh, Junior could impulse better than anybody.
yeah.
I don't know how many times we've been in the middle of a sale and something come up, and DJ here with us, she can testify to this as our clerk. But we had a history with internet issues.
That's right.
And I don't know how many of the last sales I worked that we didn't at some point run into a snag, but he always was ready to pivot. And I think he taught us all that you have a plan B and a plan C.
Oh yeah.
And he'd made it work. And just another example of how impulsive he was. So Justin and him and I were sitting in an airport, I think St. Louis maybe, fixing to fly to San Diego for the Ducks Unlimited National Convention a year ago. And I was sitting there, of course, bored to death. Our flight was late and all the good stuff that always happens when you fly. So I was playing a little golf game on my phone, and actually I should back up. So Junior actually got me into golf, and I hardly say I'm a golfer now, but him and I lost a lot of golf balls together.
I can imagine.
And he
Let me ask you a
watched my
question
first
about
swing.
golfing. The way I look at golf, if you hit that little white ball and it goes a couple hundred yards out there, if you can find the damn thing, put it in your pocket and go home, you won. You've won, right? Is that
That's a good
not?
place to stop. That's a good place to stop. Yeah.
If I can hit it and go find it, I feel like I've accomplished something. I'm putting it in my pocket. Go, you know what? I look for my remote. I look for a shoe. I'm constantly looking for something. When I find it, I'm happy.
It's the small wins.
Yeah,
That's
right.
exactly right. So we were sitting there, and I pulled up this little golf game on my phone and playing around. And you get to choose a course. And it said Torrey Pines. I looked at him and said, "Where's Torrey Pines at?" He said, "San Diego." I said, "Really?" He said, "You want to play?" And I didn't know the history there, with Tiger and everything that's gone on. And, of course, you can't say no. And so he's immediately, he's looking up tee times.
Oh, yeah.
And I said, there's no way this is going to happen. I mean, we had a packed schedule. You know how it is when you're going that far away to do an event. And but Junior would pull it off. And sure enough, he got a hold of him, man. They had was it a 5 o'clock? It was later in the evening, tee time available. And he said, "You boys rent the clubs, and I'll pay for it, and we'll get her done." And
So
we went and we played.
up.
I tell you what, Torrey Pines has probably never been the same since. But
put some Cottage Grove and Puryear on
that's
it,
right.
didn't you?
That's right. A fun little story there. So we got out there, and on the first hole, I ended up in a bunker, as I usually do, trying to get up on the green.
You found your ball.
And I did. And right there in the middle of that sand. And I actually ended up chipping it in for par out of the bunker. And I think Junior let everybody on the golf course know what had happened right then and there. We had people looking at us. They probably knew we was from Tennessee, if I had to guess. And,
represent, brother.
But he gave me the scorecard at the end of that round. He kept track of both our scores on there and signed it at the bottom. And I've still got that ball and the tee that I used on that hole and that scorecard. That's going to stay on the dresser.
You dang right. I've got another guy calling in. I'll tell you a quick story about San Diego. I went out there a couple of times. One time I was on. It doesn't matter. It ain't about me. but they don't know what sweet tea is in San Diego.
No, they don't.
That is correct.
The damnedest
That
thing.
is correct.
What is wrong with them out there? I go into one of them, they bring me, they cater to us, put me in this fancy restaurant, and I sit down there. Oh, Mike, Big Mike sitting up here now. I'm going to redneck it up. Can I get you something to drink? I said, you got any sweet tea? He says, what? And I said, sweet tea? He says, no, all right tea is. He said, we can bring you some sugar. I said, let me educate you. You cannot sweeten
Amen.
cold tea.
That's right, correct.
So just bring me a Pepsi.
There you go.
Okay. What the hell's wrong with them out there? Who has never taught San Diego?
About to fall off the edge of the world.
They're
are
different out there.
They're different about to fall off the edge of the world. That's why it is.
Here's the way I see my life. I want my coffee hot and my tea sweet. And they've come up with hot tea, and they've come up with cold coffee, and the world ain't been right since. Think
Truer
about it.
words have never been spoken.
It's true. All right, I've got Brad Stooksbury, I believe, from Wayne County on the line. I'm sorry for holding you so long, but when you got stories like this, you have got to keep it rolling.
No. And I want to commend you on nailing the last name. Most folks get it wrong. Good job.
Hey, man, that's the first time I've ever got a name like that right. Hey, write that down in the back, guys. I got one right. How you doing, Brad?
I'm doing all right. I want to thank you for what you're doing tonight, my friend Junior. You guys have been fantastic, and we've really enjoyed listening in, and all the Henry County folks that took Junior in and made him part of your community. I want you to know how much it meant to him. Junior and I grew up together. And when I say grew up, I mean it as literally as you can mean it. I'm standing on my front porch, and I'm looking at his mama's porch light.
All right, man.
And when I look to my right, I'm looking at the hog farm that he and I worked at together when we were kids. I mean, when I say grew up, I mean from age 7 till he decided to go up to Henry County.
Right.
So I want you to know how much I appreciate what you guys did for my friend.
Hey, listen, he become a Henry Countyan quickly. He had good help from Doug. I got to give Doug, his I call him his uncle. I don't know if Doug calls him his nephew or not, but hell, he's his uncle. He married his niece. That's the way we do it in Hico. But we love Junior, and what we did tonight is not about me, but I wanted to find a way, because he's been part of the Brewer Street Mafia, my studio, for a long time, Brad, and he fell right into Henry County. Everybody loved him. He did so much for the people around here. What little bit could I do but just let the people talk about it? I mean, and I've done the best I can do. It's been unorganized. I do understand. It's been long wait times, but it's for Junior, and I hope people understand.
Well, when I thought about having a chance to talk, I thought, well, Lord, I don't want to take a bunch of time up, and I could never talk as well as all you folks have about all the impact Junior had. And I thought, well, there's got to be a story. I mean, do I tell the stories about working in the hog barns?
Tell us, brother.
Do I tell the stories about Junior running out of gas because he was too stubborn to take gas money? Do I tell stories about Junior and me going on a squirrel hunt and him having to leave his underwear in the woods, and that's another story for another time.
Hey, I understand hunting in underwear. I've come on many times out of underwear. I know what that's all about.
And I'm thinking, what am I going to say if I get through? And I could only think of a story that takes a long time, not to tell, but it goes over a long time. And like I mentioned, Junior and I grew up together. Did same school, same church, same hunt trips, same camp trips, 4-wheelers, first dates, double dates. And we started going to watch country music together in our teens and 20s. And he loved country music as much as anybody I've ever known.
Hold on, man. Let me break in just a minute, Brad. And he was a damn good singer-songwriter in his own right.
Loved it. Loved it. Once he realized he could do it, it was all it took.
Yes, sir. I agree.
And I remember we were sitting there. There's a little thing here. Most shows they have called of Music Row. They don't have it as much now. And it was a songwriters in the round. And we were watching one night. A guy named Michael Peters sang a song, and he looked at me and he said, "I think I can do that." He said, "What do you think?" And I said, "Well, of course you could do it. You just got to decide you want to do it."
Yeah.
And that conversation happened probably 50 times in our life. And you fast forward in all the years, he moved to Henry County, and he and Katie started life together. And we always would keep in touch, and we'd talk about our kids and our job. It would always come back to what singer he'd met, who I've connected with.
Right.
And then, a couple months ago, we went and watched that first show in per year.
Right.
And I watched Junior work that room.
Yes, sir.
like a preacher after the service. And all I could think was, my God, my friend's done it.
He has made it.
And when I hugged him, he had made it.
Yes, sir.
And we talked a few days later, and I, of course, talked about how proud I was of him and what he was doing. And the night he was on your show, and I know you guys are trying to wrap it up, I'll hush after this.
You're fine, brother.
The night he was on your show, and Jimmy called him a songwriter.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
And I assume it was on his way home, and he called me and he said, "Did you watch that show?" And I said, "I did." I said, "You told me you on it, so I watched it."
Yeah.
And he was bawling, telling me again about it later. Yeah. And so, you just don't realize. And he would use Jimmy as an example about his songwriting. He would say, all it takes is one, Brad.
That's right.
One good song, and you've made it.
Did you hear Junior?
So,
did you hear Jimmy singing tonight?
I did. We watched the whole thing here.
I'm gonna tell you, it meant just as much to Jimmy Stewart for Junior to be so proud as it did for Jimmy Stewart to say what he did to Junior. And it's kind of a two-way street right there. They're both tickled. And Jimmy Stewart is a treasure. He's a singer-songwriter from the first degree. He's got a lot of number one songs he's written out there. And he's just the kind of guy that we all want to be friends with. And Junior got to meet him as a different, because I can't carry a note if it had a damn handle on it. But Junior got to meet him in a professional way, which is singer-songwriter. And Jimmy said that to Junior, and I don't think there's nothing anybody could ever said to bring him down from that high. Do you?
No. I know I said I was about done, but the day he booked the station at Per Year or not the station, the first show, excuse me, the Parlor, not the station. He called me that night and was telling me about Caden Wilson.
Yes,
about this new kid who was fantastic, and he was describing to me that he was pretty sure Jimmy was going to sing a song with him.
Yes, sir.
And it was like a kid telling you that their favorite Major League Baseball player was going to throw batting practice to him.
Oh, yeah. I told Junior, I said, I'm bringing Jimmy with me. He said, well, guarantee me. I said, buddy, I can't guarantee I'll live tonight, but I'll tell you this much. If I show up, I'll have Jimmy Stewart with me. When he see me walk in with Jimmy Stewart, like you said, it's like I brung in a box of popsicles for a bunch of 6-year-olds. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. He was just, and like I say, in the conversations we had, the last several years were just about how things are turning.
Yeah.
And he was so excited to get to share his songs with people. That was all Junior ever wanted to do, was write songs and play them for people.
Yeah.
And he was able to do that, and I was so proud of him, and still am proud of him for all that.
I'm proud of him, too. He's a good friend to me, good friend to you. He's everybody's friend. And, Brad, I appreciate you for loaning him to us, the whole family, down in Wayne
I appreciate
County.
what you guys did. And I can't speak for his family, but I know his mom and his family are appreciative of you guys taking in Junior.
Who didn't love Junior, man?
I
mean, come on now.
Yeah.
We're talking about Junior Staggs. And I got something in my hand right here that was just handed to me. James P. Park has just wrote a check for $1,000 donation to Katie for Junior. It don't get no better than that, folks.
Amen, brother.
What do you think, Brad?
Amen.
There you go, Doug. Take care of that, my friend. That's to Katie. I mean, $1,000 check. Somebody just wrote in there. J.P. Park, thank you, my friend. He's my friend. He's my neighbor across the road. God bless you, brother, because I'm sure this family will need that.
That's right.
What do you think, Doug? That's pretty good, ain't it?
That's real good. But I would also like to thank Parish Henry County for the funeral, biggest one I've ever seen here.
Yes.
The people that joined, come and met, and all this out there. There are a lot of
Me and you stood in line side by side for a long damn time.
Right, sure did. But I'd like to thank everybody for that, everybody, and appreciate it.
Yes,
Good
sir.
Lord.
Brad, we'll talk to you. Stay in touch, my friend.
Thank you very much, Mike. Appreciate what you're doing, guys. Have a good night.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That was Brad Stooksbury. He's one of Junior's. Did you know Brad?
I didn't know him.
He's one. He grew up with him. Junior had big, long reach, didn't he? You've heard a lot of stories tonight.
Well, it was long enough for him to reach down there and get up here, and he never did go back. It's like a rubber band. It broke.
I want you to tell before we let it go. There's a story, folks, about this hat. Now, I knew I had to get you back on, but I had to run everybody through. I want you, y'all ain't heard this story about this hat. Now, you may have to.
Let me tell you something else before that. I was elected, I don't know, the Paris special program or whatever, and the auction, whatever today, but I didn't have an auction this year. The Junior did not help me. So he gets full credit or half credit, all credit for me winning this award. But also, let me tell you, don't let him do the ordering for jackets or caps or anything like that. He does a good job on picking out colors. But he will slip his phone number in there and leave you out.
Hold that up there. They'll find you.
That's it.
Now, folks, I'm going to hold it up here. The camera. Now, I'll turn it around. Now, I want you to look at something right here as I'm holding this hat. Zoom in on this hat. It's very important we zoom in.
Yes, he done a good job picking out the colors.
Yeah,
and
zoom
he was
in here. Okay.
Yeah.
Doug Taylor Auction Service. There's the big windmill that represents Doug. You know, and Doug had a box of these hats, giving them out, correct?
Yeah.
Everybody wearing them, coming up to him. But I want you to notice something on this phone number right here. Doug, is that your phone number?
Well, no, it's not. I didn't realize that until everybody done got their caps and done wore about half of them out.
The story behind that is...
But Mike, I wanted you to give you the other cap right there. It's yours.
I want that.
I know
it's
you do.
It's going to be right over here the rest of my
There you
stuff.
go. But he did. But he did let me pay for him now.
Did he belly laugh you?
Huh?
Did he belly laugh you?
Well, no, he sort of handed them out there, and I thought they looked good.
Did he know what he done? Or was
Well,
it a
yes,
mistake?
he knew what he done.
That is priceless right there. That is definitely priceless right there. To make these hats, folks, I got to show this one more time. Zoom in on this again, folks. I know. But these hats were made for Doug Taylor, which is his uncle. Are they going to zoom or not? I don't guess they are. But it's a hat. It's a hat that's got Doug Taylor Auction on it, got the windmill.
Yeah.
And oh, okay, I didn't know that. I'm sorry. I thought y'all was doing something else. And
Drinking cold coffee.
okay, there we go. And Junior Staggs put his own phone number on it.
See, that's the little grass growing under there.
He's got
and all
grass growing under there.
Yeah.
He's got the windmill that Doug has in his yard. Doug Taylor Auction Service. It looks good. Doug didn't look at that number. Doug just put the hat on and started throwing them out.
Yeah.
And then somebody said, well, did you change your number, Doug? Doug said, no. He said, well, what's that number? And he said, well, I'll be damned. That's Junior's
I
number.
noticed his business had picked up a little bit. I wasn't getting any.
Boy, that's priceless stuff right there. That's good stuff right there. You know, I'm going to take up for Junior. It was an accident, Doug.
Well, it had to be.
Doug said it had to be.
Had to
It
be.
had to be. All right, guys, what you want to talk about there, Patrick? I know you got something you want to say, brother.
Mike, I got two things, and the first one is the love that Junior had. And I've tried to think about how to describe this, and I think about the stories in the New Testament, and I think about where we store up our treasures in life. And of course, it talks about don't store up the earthly treasures because they're going to rust and everything. But I believe that this is not what I believe. This is what I know. Junior Staggs stored up his treasures in us. He stored up his treasures in you, in Doug, in Ben, in me, everybody. And he always came with a gift. He always came with a gift, and that gift could have been a smile, could have been a handshake. He could have been coming with a legitimate gift. And if you knew Junior, or if Junior knew you, he'd come knowing your name. He might come with the back end of a story that he was following up on, or a memory. But best I can tell, what he was doing, Mike, was he was always reaching out, and he was investing emotional currency in the lives of all of us. And what we're doing right now, it was like a breadcrumb trail that he put out there. And all of us that have been affected, I'm not affected, influenced by
One
Junior.
self-infected is what.
There we go. Yeah.
Hold on, I've got his mother on the line, Catherine Staggs. Have I got you here?
You do, Mike.
How are you doing, sweetie?
I'm making it.
I hope we've done an honor for Junior tonight. I hope you're calling me to tell me that we've done okay.
I am. I want to thank y'all for doing this show in honor of him.
Mm-hmm.
And he did have a short fuse and a loud pop.
That's okay.
But he was giving the shirt off his back, and you know that.
Well, sure.
And y'all were talking about the 5 or 6 friends.
Yeah.
His sister said the day of the funeral, she said, he may not have had but 5 or 6 friends. Said because all of those that was there with us today were family.
That's exactly right.
Okay?
You're exactly right.
And he's got 2 counties that love him.
I'm sure he does.
His first home was Wayne County.
Yes,
we
sir.
love him and miss him. And I am humbled and honored that Henry County loved him so much.
Well, he done a lot for the community. When you spoke with Junior Staggs, you heard these people calling in from all over the country, Miss Staggs, talking about the things that Junior's done and influence he's had on people and how he's helped people. I read a story, I had a guy call in about Junior saved his life. That's what we loved about Junior. He come to Henry County, and we just don't accept anybody. I'm not going to say you move to Henry County, we're going to start adopting you and making you our own. That's not going to happen. But Junior come here, and he did so much for the community that we wouldn't let him go back to Wayne County. Y'all just lost him, because he was part of Henry County. And he'd tell us how much he appreciated us accepting him up here. But we all love Junior, and that's all I'm trying to do tonight is let everybody that never had a chance tell their stories and how much he cared for Junior and what Junior meant to them is all I'm trying to do.
And he did have Bell palsy 3 times. He had it not once, not twice, but 3 times.
Right.
He had it at 15, and then at 18, and then a few years ago, he had it back on the side that he had it the first time on.
I'll be darned. But it never slowed him down. They said he auctioned with Bell palsy. I never heard of such.
No.
Have you ever, Doug?
Well, it's not real easy to do, but we've never canceled one.
Oh, yeah.
It didn't make any difference how deep the snow was.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
He had the gift of gab, so he could do it.
Yeah, and like I said before, he had to weigh when he walked into a room. Just a few minutes, he'd read that room, and he'd pull air out of it.
You're right.
And he'd give you that belly laugh, and Junior was just special, and we're proud that you allowed us to become his friend, to let him come up here and do what he's done.
Thank y'all so much. It just blesses my heart. Y'all just don't know how much.
Well, we're glad to do
and
it.
His sister is doing getting some hats made, and it's got the patch has got on the front of it. It's going to be for the back's going to be green for mental health.
Right.
But that patch is going to be a picture of him with "Let me tell you about my Jesus."
Oh yes,
that's awesome.
And all the proceeds that she makes is going to Katie and the girls. Okay.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful.
Let us know.
We've raised about, just talking here on the show tonight, already $1,600, which is just real good. And plus, what Rookie and them at the Breakers are doing is tremendously, very generous. And excuse me.
I said it just blesses me.
It does. That's how much. That's the kind of the boy you had. Well, I appreciate you calling in, and like I said, I want to thank you for allowing us to be a friend to Junior. And
thank y'all for being a friend.
Yes, ma'am. And I'll see you Saturday night. I've got you covered down there. I've talked to him, and everything's good.
Lord willing, I'll be there.
All righty, we'll see you.
It's going to be about 10 or 12 of us coming. Okay?
Come on, we'll make room. It's going to be swimming room only when we get done down there.
There you go. I'll have to bring my life jacket, won't I?
You bring your life jacket.
Get that pontoon boat out there, girl.
Get that pontoon boat out there.
That's right.
All right, girl. Hey, I appreciate you, girl. Thanks for calling in.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Mike.
Yeah.
Let me give you one last thing, because I've been struggling over this since you asked me to, or we talked about coming on, and I talk about this book that Junior wrote.
Yeah.
And when I read through this before, I missed a lot, and that's the shame of this moment right now. But I've been searching through here for something that I thought that I could relate to, not necessarily directly, but maybe something that we could all relate to, that's Junior's words on how he felt and kind of what shaped him. And this is something that this is his words, and I'd like to read it.
Read it.
Go
Okay.
ahead.
So this comes from the book that was compiled of his what was called Morning Ramblings, and the title of this one is "I Ain't Nothing But a Quitter." When I was in 3rd or 4th grade, my daddy thought it would be a good idea to send me to school in a Tennessee jogging suit. I was just a kid and didn't have any collegiate loyalty, but that would change instantly when I got to PE class that day. Our PE teacher was Jeff McWilliams, but we all called him Coach Mac. He had been around long enough to have coached my mom when she was in school. He was as tough, but a fun kind of tough. And he was the 80s TV version of a coach. Gym shorts or warm-up pants, shirt, T-shirt, and whistle around his neck. Coach Matt was a die-hard Alabama Crimson Tide fan. His office, located to the left of the stage at the north end of the gym, was adorned with signed photos of coaches and players. If I recall, his garage door and possibly the bottom of his pool were custom painted with the classic Alabama A with the elephant stepping through. He was a die-hard, and my daddy knew it. When I walked into gym class, decked out in my orange jogging suit, I was in for life-altering experience. I don't know if he and Daddy had something worked out or if they had beef, but he made me do 50 burpees for wearing that putrid orange jogging suit. And from that day forward, I'd be a loyal fan and follower of the Alabama Crimson Tide. Being an Alabama fan on the Tennessee side of the state line wasn't easy. All of my best friends were Tennessee fans. As I'd get old enough, most of my teachers and bosses were Tennessee fans, including one of the biggest influences in my life, and die-hard, orange-bleeding Carl Fred Daniel. I could write a chapter about this man. And kids today don't remember it, but after the 1992 championship, the winning ways of Bear Bryant's Alabama was a distant memory. He had a few good years, but boy, it was rough growing up an Alabama fan. I mentioned working in bosses earlier. If I recall correctly, I had approximately 20 jobs between the Triangle Restaurant in 1995 and the time I became an auctioneer in 2007. One of the biggest disagreements and likely motivators my daddy and I ever had was after I quit football to go to work. And then after I quit, about the 5th or 6th job, my daddy said, "Boy, you ain't nothing but a quitter." That hurt. I'm not sure if he meant for it to, but it did. But it also motivated me. Every time I quit, I bettered myself. Every time I left a job, I either had another one lined up or I had a better one within a matter of a few days. I've never been afraid to work and have worked dang near full time for the past 30 years. I'm a lot of things, but a quitter, I am not. Being an Alabama fan in Tennessee made me different, and it also made me well acquainted with the legacy of one of the greatest coaches of all time, Paul Bear Bryant. Coach Bryant died less than a month before my 2nd birthday and approximately a month after coaching his last game. One of his famous quotes, and my favorite, is, "I ain't nothing but a winner." I've discovered that the difference between a quitter and a winner is a quitter never gets back up when they get knocked down. A winner can lose. A winner can fall. A winner learns, adjusts, and gets back up. I consider it a blessing and an honor to be a 9-time champion auctioneer, as that group nine-time champion auctioneer, as that group is pretty exclusive. Believe it or not, that after those 9 championships, it was never about the trophy or the prize money. It was about doing something I never thought I'd be able to do. It was about getting up. It was about adjusting. It was about growing. So for the first 32 years of my life, I'd accepted that I ain't nothing but a quitter. But by the grace of God, I finally found out that I ain't nothing but a winner. I love you all. I hope you have a winning Wednesday. If life has got you down, get up, elevate, adjust, learn, and win. And then he would always say something like, Alexa, play Tub Thumping by Chumbawamba, to kind of kick it off. But
Yeah.
that should tell you a little bit about what shaped Junior Staggs.
We've spent 2.5 hours tonight.
Every bit.
And everybody's got a story about Junior.
You're right.
I had the best one. He don't send him to order your
Get up
caps.
here in the microphone.
I had the best one. Don't send him to order your caps.
You know what? And I got to use that too.
Yeah. That's pretty dang brilliant.
That's right.
Y'all can call it conning. You can call it, being a butthole, but it's pretty damn brilliant.
And Mike, that's the thing about Junior that I gotta keep bringing up. Mental health, mental illness.
Mm-hmm.
Junior's brain was fascinating.
Mm-hmm.
This guy did just about anything he set his mind to. So it wasn't about the strength. It took a lot of strength to overcome the things that he did.
Speaking of his mental health, he wrote a song about it.
He did.
Mm-hmm. And I want to play this song for the viewers. It's called Pour It Out by Junior Staggs.
Thank you. If I'd have woke up early enough this morning, I was going to try to practice this, and so I'm going to do my best. Stapleton has got Fire Away, and I told you when my buddy Harry and my granny died a couple weeks ago, I had a meltdown of sorts. I had a blown-out panic attack, and about 5 o'clock in the morning, I went out to my garage, and I wrote this song right here. It's called Pour It Out. It's about mental health, because we don't talk about mental health enough. Mental health is real. People struggle with mental health, and this was kind of to shed some light on mental health. There's a little teapot, short and stout. There's his handle, and there's his spout. When he gets steamed up, he screams and shouts. Tip him over and pour him out. I do my best to hold it in. I've lost lovers and I've lost friends. Life ain't easy when you scream and shout. Will you still be here when I pour it out? Will you still love me when I pour it out? Like that teapot, I'm short and stout. I bruised my handle, I've cracked my spout. And when I get steamed up, I scream and shout. Just hold me tightly as I pour it out. Hold me tightly as I pour it out. I do my best to hold it in. I've lost lovers and I've lost friends. Life ain't easy when you scream and shout. Will you still love me when I pour it out?
folks, that's what Junior talks about.
Yeah.
That right there is probably the best way to describe Junior Staggs. That song he wrote. Have you heard that song before, Doug?
Go ahead.
Does that not kind of describe Junior, both of y'all? Have you heard that song?
I have.
Does that not describe him?
Oh, absolutely.
And he wrote that song after one of his panic attacks.
He, most of the ones I heard was "Let Me Tell You About My Jesus."
I've got that one too.
Yeah.
You got that one keyed up? Give him a second, and I want
Mike,
you.
I want to just comment on that. I've mentioned this to people before, that the idea, Junior says it right there in that song, will you still love me?
Yeah.
Amen.
When I pour it out.
Yeah.
And when I've tried to even mention it sometimes to people, they look at me like I got a horn sticking out of my forehead.
Yeah.
And so it causes you to retract and pull back. You know,
I'm going to share
it's
something
difficult.
that I've never shared before about myself, because my granddaughter has anxiety.
Mm-hmm.
If I told you I had the worst case of anxiety of anybody you know, would you believe me? By looking at me?
Not by looking at you, Mike.
I fight it.
Mm-hmm.
I fought anxiety my whole life. I have it so bad sometimes I believe I'm going to pass out. And I hit it, because I'm supposed to be the tough Mike Weatherford. Grew up in West Paris. I'll fight you to drop a hat. You know, not scared of anything, but I had anxiety so bad. And I shared it with Junior until my granddaughter. We was on vacation. We went and wanted to see a pirate show up there in the Smoky Mountains. She had a panic attack, anxiety attack, while we was in there. She had to get out. And I didn't know it, or I went back there and tried to talk to her and try to help her through that. They thought that she had some health problems, and they was going to doctors, all kinds of stuff. And when they got done with her medical, I tried to stay out of it, and I said, it's not, it's anxiety, because Pawpaw has it. You have it. And I said, yeah. I have it so bad sometimes that I believe I'm going to fall down. But I have learned. I put limits on what I'm going to allow that anxiety to do. If I think that I'm going to have a panic attack, I say, Mike, you can't have a panic attack unless the lights go out too. You can't have an anxiety attack unless an airplane crashes into this building. Y'all think I'm crazy, but that's how I deal with it.
That's good, Mike.
If I don't look at it that way, I have them. And is that a mental illness? I don't know. But I have them so bad, and I kept it to myself because I was raised by a father that said don't talk about that kind of stuff until my granddaughter has it. And I'm trying to help her through it because there's nothing you can do about it. They can give you medicine that just clouds your mind. I've never been on medicine. I don't want to. I'm going to teach my granddaughter when she has an anxiety attack. When you think you've got to run, you've got to get away from it, not to run, because you tell yourself, I'm not going to have an anxiety attack until this happens. And that's how I dealt with it. Mm-hmm. Play that song, Kevin.
Here's one I call, Let Me Tell You About My Jesus, on this beautiful Sunday morning. Let me tell you about my Jesus and what he's done for me. From the right hand of the Father, dying on a tree. He was with me in the valley. It was so dark I couldn't see. Let me tell you about my Jesus and what he's done for me. Let me tell you about my Jesus and what he's done for me. Every single little battle became a major victory. He was with me in the fire. Looking back, I
can see. Let me tell you about my Jesus and what he's done for me. Let me tell you about my Jesus and what he's done for me.
Well, that's our Junior.
It is.
Doug, I appreciate you, brother.
Appreciate you.
You think we've done justice tonight for our friend?
Oh, I think so. I think so. I think so. I think we opened the door to that didn't know him.
We did. That was my goal.
Yeah.
You know, there's a lot of people's lost loved ones. We're going to continue losing loved ones. Nobody lives forever. And but Junior was special to a lot of people. And the sad part, and y'all help me here, he didn't know how special he was to people. That's the sad part. He did not know how special he was to other people. How many people looked up to him? How many people cared for him? And I just scratched the surface on stories tonight that I know that Junior did to help people. Just scratched the top of it, you know, and we're going to have to do a better job with mental health. I've lost 2 people that's close to me to mental health, and we're doing a piss poor job as a human being in a civilized world with mental health. Do I know the answers? No, I don't know the answers. But I know what the hell we're doing ain't working. We should be up here having Junior do an auction for me instead of me sitting here having to do what I'm doing tonight. But I owe him at least this. I owe him a lot more. But we have got to do better. I don't know the answers. I mean, I hate it when somebody tells me they don't like something, but they ain't got an answer. Well, you got to start somewhere, and by hating, the problem is a start, right? So it's all us guys out there listening and watching us tonight. Let's do something. I don't know what it is. I don't know the answers. God knows I wish I could sit here and tell you I've got it figured out, but I don't. I don't know hardly any damn thing. I'm just a dumb auto mechanic that decided he wanted to do a podcast. That's who I am. And I met a lot of good people, but I know, and I'm telling y'all this from my heart, we're losing too many people to mental health. And when I know we can help.
Let me see Katie, Junior's wife. We raised her. Mm-hmm. And Junior was like we lost a son back several years ago. And then God sent us Kate. And then it's just like me and Beth has lost her other son. But we loved him, and he was just a good guy. Don't even say he's just a good guy.
He was a damn good guy.
You know?
Yeah. You know,
sometimes we'd have our disagreements, but we'd...
Hell, I've argued with everybody.
Yeah.
If you've been Mike Weatherford's friend, you've had a damn argument with me.
But
I'll be honest with you guys. You talk bad about Junior, I've got the shortest damn fuse, and I'll blow up like a nuclear bomb.
There's no telling how much money he and I made doing charities.
Yes.
He loved doing them. He loved doing them.
He did.
He'd just sell a cake as to sell a brand new car.
You and him at Purrier Day. How much money y'all selling damn cakes down there this year?
300, 400, 200.
Just, I mean, and to him, that was just as important as he was if he was doing an auction for Donald Trump.
Yeah.
Probably more important.
Yeah.
I'd say it's more important.
Yeah.
He gave away so much charity. He did. You think Helping Hands?
Oh God!
I was the last one that I was with him at was the Arts Council auction.
Yeah.
And I mean, you know, he would get people involved.
He had a chant.
The Levi Miles Foundation.
Yes.
Man, he'd make you get in your pocketbook.
He would. He had a chant. He had a way about him. And he would be doing his auction. I don't know the damn correct terms. Just let me talk, and y'all can tell me the correct term. He'd be doing an auction. He'd stop and just go back and say it $1, $2, $3, now $4. did he just get it so personal where?
Well, let me tell you this one. You'll like this one. Before COVID hit, I used to go up to the nursing home with her in every October and do an auction for them. And I got telling Junior about it. He said, "What are you doing now?" So they would get out and get necklaces and stuff like that for the patients, you know. And then I'd go up there and do this auction for them. I told him, I said, "It'll be the biggest, best auction you've ever had. This will be one you will remember." He said, "Tell me again what we're going to do." and so he got more kick out of that.
Yes, sir.
And I played banner, and he was going, and then sometime little lady said, "Is she bidding against me?" He said, "I wished I could tell you, but no, she's not." I mean, we just had a big time up there, and we done every year for a long time until COVID hit.
Yeah.
And we haven't been back up there, but that was our biggie. That was the biggie.
Yeah,
we might have got a lot more money a time or two, but
fun.
Whenever we went in, you'd think Elvis come back.
Oh,
they
yeah.
was waving and carrying
Oh,
on.
yeah.
But he enjoyed that one. He
would take the auction out of the room.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, the Kung flu hurt a lot of people. It shut the whole world down, and we ain't over it yet.
No.
But when you go to the nursing home and start getting you're getting very bad. But he couldn't believe it, what I was telling him before he got him up there.
Yeah. But, you know, a lot of Junior, you know, let me be honest with you, Doug. I see a lot of Doug Taylor in Junior.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
Then I see a lot of Junior in this boy right here. So I think it's keeping going.
This boy right here is a good auctioneer. I mean, he's one of the better ones.
That's right.
And it's because of Junior Staggs.
That's exactly. I can see how it's kind of, you know, Junior took what you taught him. He listened to you. He watched your hind end a lot. He's back there behind you a whole time watching your butt, like the country singers, the drummers say. I seen his hind end for 20 years. And he picked up a lot of your habits.
Oh, no doubt.
He
no
did.
doubt.
And anytime he'd say that Doug, let me tell you what Doug told me, I would always be like, I'm loud and clear. I'm waiting. You got my attention.
Yep.
I'm waiting.
And then he passed it on to you. So I don't know where you got yours, Doug. You probably picked up that chant or your way or the way you do it from someone, but it's still alive and well right there.
You see a lot of it there, but he's a lot better than I'd ever thought about being. He's ready to step up in the big boy shoes.
He'll be now. I had Junior down as a 7-time champion, but he's a 9-time. Jesus, is that unusual?
He might have passed that actually, because I think if I'm not mistaken, when he won the his last contest, I believe was a champion of champions in Arkansas. I think it may have put him at 10. Don't hold me to it, but.
Is that unusual? Is that common?
No, I would say very. I know a lot of champion auctioneers. I don't know of any just right off that have come anywhere close to that.
That is unreal.
Very, very impressive. You know, I think you said it so well earlier. You know, we don't have the answers. We'd love to sit here and have the answers and the solution to this, but Junior pointed us to Jesus.
You're right. I'm glad you brought that up because I left Jesus Christ out, and I didn't mean to because it would come to my head and somebody say something. Yeah, Jesus is the answer to it, but we've got to get Jesus and these people involved with Jesus.
No, absolutely.
We are missing a lot of good people, and I only know of 2. There's more out there, but we're talking about Junior Knight. How many more Junior Staggs have we lost across this world? You know, Junior had bigger, better things to do. He wasn't even scratching the surface on what he was going to do in life, and he's taken away.
He was a Bible scholar. I'm talking about he could just tell you and me right there on it. And he had one with him everywhere he went.
That's right. He did know the Bible. You're right.
Yep.
Well, folks, I've kept y'all way too long, but it looks like our viewers are still there.
Yep.
Jessica Hastings, Junior's sister, says she grew up with 3 brothers, but she says she feels like she has 7 now because of Justin, Ben, Tyler, and Jamie Porter. They are her other brothers, and she loves them like family, too.
We love them all. We sure do.
It's called a family tradition.
That's right. I've got family in Wayne County.
There you go. Hey, it's never enough family. John Langford said Junior was a good friend and hates that he can't share another night of picking and grinning or calling him on a long drive again. He said they sure had fun last month at Puryear, Junior Staggs Friends in Life. What a difference a month makes. Ben from Sunset Valley Farm said he misses Junior. He was larger than life and couldn't realize how much he was loved. Folks, that's what I try to do. In a small part, was not me. Let me correct myself. I wanted to allow the people to show their love for Junior. I'm going to miss him. Everybody here is going to miss Junior. And if you did not know Junior, you missed something, brother.
Sure did.
He was a special man, young guy. You know, it's hard for me to say young because I always thought I was a young guy, but I'm getting older now. Junior is 44, and I'm quite a bit older than him. And I don't listen to many young people because I've got drawers probably older than you are, son. But Junior was one of the few that I'd listen to his advice because, look, he knew social media like nobody you'll know. He helped me a lot. Hoss, do this. He'd pick up my phone. I'm gonna do this right here for you on your Facebook and on this, and he'd hand it back to me. I said, "What'd you do?" He said, "Just do what I told you." That's the Junior Staggs, and sure enough, bam, there come results back.
He carried 3 phones for a reason.
Yeah, he did. And
Everywhere he went, 3 phones.
Yeah, he knew what he was doing with social media, and to be honest, he's a little old for that. He's not in the prime. That was usually younger people that knew social media like Junior did, but he did know social media. And Doug, you and I are old guys. We still like to mail a damn letter in the mail, put a stamp on it. Well, they do email nowadays.
Well, when they got them you peeled off, we thought was in heaven.
That's right. That's right. You know, and I consider myself, I'm past 60. I'm retirement age. I think I'm probably more tech savvy because I have a podcast and all that I do than most people my age, and I don't know hell about it. But Junior did, and I don't think he grew up with all that. I don't know where he got all of that from, but he knew. TikTok, Facebook, he knew every edge, every corner, everywhere to go. And he said, "Oh, you just throw it out there. Just put it in their face, Mike. Put it in their face. You're going to get your people to complaining, but put it in their face. Because, look, every 2 that complains, 10's liking it." And that's the life he lived right there.
That was one of the things. We split up for a while. And, of course, we got back together, stouter than ever.
Yeah.
But one thing he wanted to do was go to, and I'm still back here trying to plow the horse. You know what I mean?
Got you.
And
you want to get a tractor involved.
Yeah, that was one of the things that I told him, I said, "We're not ready for that." He said, "You might," but he was. He proved it.
Yeah, he did.
I mean, he had a good head. I mean, he was just, but thank God we got back together. We love each other, and we told each other last week that.
Oh, yeah, he's fine.
Yeah.
You know, July the 8th was a horrible day. I was at the cabin in East Tennessee, got a phone call. Matter of fact, it was ringing off the hook early. I said, "What the hell? They know I'm up here vacationing. What are y'all doing to me?" And it was, I'm not going to say who it was, a official. It said, "I want to call you before it gets out. We've lost Junior Staggs." I said, "What do you mean lost him?" I thought it was, hell, he got lost. You know, I wasn't thinking we had lost him. He went on to explain it to me, and I just had to lay the phone down. I said, "We cannot be talking about this, man." And he said, "I want to tell you before the word got out." So then the news got dropped, and it went everywhere. And it hit me, and I'm not over it yet. And I was just a friend. I can only imagine y'all guys that work with him, his family, his mother, his wife, his children. I mean, how do you – I don't know. I just know that I pray for these people, and that's all I can say. I appreciate y'all coming in.
We appreciate the people that's cards and letters and called and all of that there.
Yeah, it's just –
we just appreciate them so much. We appreciate you, tonight's show. I mean, this was just – unbelievable.
It is.
Unbelievable.
But, you know, it ain't me. It is, understand, I'm just a tool that the good Lord put here for this kind of stuff.
Well, he done good.
He did. And it is not for me. This show has never been. The Mike Weatherford Show, my name's on it. You can ask my producer. I did not want to name it this. I didn't know what I was going to name it. He said, "Why not Mike Weatherford Show?" I said, "They're going to laugh." He said, "No, they're not. Everybody knows Mike Weatherford." And I said, "Yeah, but there's a part of Mike Weatherford that they might not want." That's a long time ago. Yeah, he said Frank James was forgiven for before he died. I said, "Well, that's the point." But it ain't about me. My motto is, it's all the things we all want to know about, and this is very important. I want to give back. I never can do it as well as Junior could. That's why I always call him when I did stuff to give back to the community. But I want to do my part to give back to the community that I love just as much as y'all love it. I love it. Henry County, that's where I've made my living, where I've raised my family. I've got 10 grandkids now. They're still in Henry County. I'm blessed with that. I'm blessed with a lot of things. I never was much money, but I've been blessed. And if I can do this little old show and do little stuff like he's right here, that's what it's about. Y'all understand me?
No, you've done a fantastic job. I mean, how great is this, all the people that have called in?
Yeah, and I'm sure there's people that didn't want to call. I'm going to put the phone number up one more time. I'm going to give them 2 minutes. If you're still watching, you want to call and say something, and my phone's been blowing up, but I cannot answer while I'm live. Trust me, this is not a recording. Hell, I ain't got enough sense to do two things at once. Don't ask me to talk on the phone, do a podcast. I can barely chew gum and walk. There's a number. If you want to call right now. Tell me your story. And not, I'm going to let y'all go. I'm going to let these people go home. We all got jobs tomorrow. And I want to tell Katie and the girls that we're thinking about you. And I hope I didn't let you down tonight. I tried my best to do the best I can do. This is it. You know, I just allowed y'all, the viewers and his friends, to tell the story. I just kind of driving the boat. I hope I did a good job. Anybody call in, tell me in my ear?
Hey, while we're on that, just give everybody a little time here. I do want to give a big thank you to the auctioneer industry as a whole. Everybody, there's so many people that have reached out, and monetary donations. They have a GoFundMe page set up, and it's been posted on the Auctioneer Facebook page many times, and I think it's pushing 25,000 or better now. Just tremendous outpouring of love and support from the Auctioneer family, as well as just TikTok and all the many people Junior has networked. Just a huge thank you, on behalf of the family, if I can do that. I know it means the world to him. You know, money doesn't take the pain away, but it sure eases it.
It makes the burden a little bit easier. Because look, Junior Staggs was not a rich man. He's not, and I understand he's probably doing well, but he's 44 years old. He's building his life. He's building his house. He's still got debt. And Katie, he's got to take over all that. She's got all the love she needs sitting right here in all of y'all. The whole world loves him.
He wasn't a rich man, but he had a lot of wealth.
That's right. That's exactly.
And he's sitting right here and his wife. That's wealth.
That's exactly.
And they're healthy and they're happy. And
that's right. That's right.
And they lost her daddy.
That's exactly right. Them poor girls, Doug. But
excuse me.
You're fine, Doug. Hell, I'll cry.
And I ain't because you're happy for them.
Yeah.
You know, that's what.
If it's a sin to cry, I'm going to bust hell wide open. I'll tell you that.
I'll be right behind you.
I'll be right in front
I've got somebody on the line, I do believe. All righty, Randall French. How you doing, Randall?
I'm good, brother. How about you?
I'm doing the best I can for an old man, brother. How are you?
Well, I'm all right. And, man, I'll be honest with you. When I heard y'all was doing the show, I wanted to come up there and be with you tonight.
Well, why didn't you? I told you years ago the door is always open.
I understand that, but I had to reschedule for the Eiffel Tower.
Got you, brother.
I had to play the park tonight because last week got rained out.
I understand.
I just want to say that, you know, I met Junior a little while back. We played a show at the fairgrounds, you know, for the fair. Mm-hmm. And he called me and asked me to play with him and John and Jason. And we had just a big ball that night. We had a great time. And you've hit on mental illness tonight, and it's nothing ever struck me about Junior having any kind of mental illness or problems or anything like that. The man just seemed like he was solid as a rock. And it's going to go back and hit on what you were talking about. We just never know what's on the other side or what's behind the hidden door. And that's it's endearing in a way, but it's just dreadful, and
it is.
It's very sad that we're stuck in and I was supposed to play with Jason and John again. We were going to do a Junior and Friends at the Paris Station, and then the River Jam got scheduled during the same time, and they decided to move it. And I asked Junior, I said, man, I want to set this one out because I'm part of the River Jam, and I just, you know, and now I'm just it haunts me that I didn't get to play that last one with him. And it's because I'll tell you what, as a musician, nothing makes you feel any better to sit beside a guy that has wrote something and sits there and pours his heart out.
Yes, sir.
From deep within, just straight soul. of something that he put his heart and soul into, and I'm devastated that I didn't get to do that one last time, and that's it's saddening, and I wanted to be there tonight, and the other sad thing about it is I got to play Saturday night, and I won't be able to make it, but
Oh man,
but I'll be there in spirit, I promise you.
yes sir.
And I want one of those hats. I want to get me a hat. That way, when I play my gigs, I can remember my friend.
What kind of hat you want, brother?
Whichever one y'all. I want one of them green ones with the rope on it. That's what I want. I want people to see it. That way, when I play, they know that I'm representing my friend.
You're a good man, brother.
And I miss him. I miss him. And I'm anything I can do for the family, just let them know.
Brother, they're going to need a lot of praying.
A lot of prayer.
We can do that.
We're all together in this together.
You're right, brother. We're all in this old mess together.
We're all in this world together.
You know,
I'd have never dreamed that y'all still been on the air, or when I'd have left the park, I'd have shot straight up there.
God, brother, I don't know. I don't know how anybody's still watching, but they claim they are.
I told Mike it's going to be a long one tonight.
Well, how do you end it?
You don't.
Yeah, I
you know what I'm saying? What's the last song?
A prayer.
Junior. I mean, Randall. What's the last song when you got something going and people's calling in? And how do you play the last song and shut the lights out? You know what I'm saying, brother?
Well, you tell everybody bye, and you let him say the last words with that guitar.
There you go,
that's
brother.
That's the way it is. And
you missed Jimmy Stewart up there. He played a good song tonight. Jimmy Stewart did. He was live in the studio. We had a hell of a night. Hey, brother, come and see me. Don't be a stranger. You know this door is always open to you. You part of the mafia too, dude.
I understand that, and it ain't. And I just wanted to say I never got to say my piece, and I wanted to, and I thought a lot of Junior. And you know what? The best thing that I thought about Junior is you didn't. It's pretty much like you. You didn't have to hide from what he thought. He was going to tell you what he thought, and that's what I love about a person. He ain't going to tell you one thing and then mask it and turn around and say something else.
You know, a lot of
that
people,
old boy, he'd let you know what he thought, and that's what I love.
That's good. You know, they can say that's a fault, but it's to me, that's a sign of somebody to tell you honestly. You know, we got friends in life that will tell you, oh, yeah, you was right. Then you have that one friend that looks you right in the eye and say, man, what the hell was you thinking? That's your true friend right there.
If anybody says that's a fault, then they need to go back and study themselves. It ain't on you. So
you got it, brother. Hey, man, I appreciate all you do.
I appreciate y'all letting me say something, and I love you, Mike, man. I love what you do.
Yeah.
Patrick, I'm sorry. Doug, I'm sorry. I know y'all were really, really close, and and it hurts my soul to hear y'all talk when I hear y'all start breaking down.
Yeah,
that's what true love is, boys.
It is.
And I appreciate y'all letting me say my piece, and y'all have a great night and finish out strong.
Rockin' Randall, we love you, brother.
Thank you, Randall.
Love y'all, buddy. We'll see you.
All right, man. Rockin' Randall French, one of the best singers-songwriters, and the best singer. I'm just going to go out and say one of the best singers we've got around this area is Rockin' Randall French right there. Well loved by everybody. I mean, he can draw a crowd. To him to say that about Junior means a lot. That tells you how deep it went. All right, folks. I've kept y'all well too long, but my goal tonight was to let the people show their love for Junior, and I hope I did that. I hope I've not let anybody down. I did the best that God would let me do, and I want to thank you for tuning in. I want to thank all his friends out there, and I hope there's some of you I'm sure didn't get to come on, and I'm sorry. Let me apologize, but if you're doing what I'm doing tonight, it just y'all guys are here. It's been a nut house, has it not? Help me out. Am I lying? It's been a nut house up here tonight, but I did the best that I'm capable of doing.
You've done an excellent job.
And just keep praying for the family. That includes Doug, Beth, Katie. I don't know if I can say it's not. Katie, his wife, his girl Savannah, Sophia, Scarlett, his mother Catherine.
It's Scarlett Rose.
That's right, Scarlett Rose.
Yeah.
And Doug and Beth Taylor. Yep. Y'all put them in your prayers. Junior's gone on. He's up there with the good Lord writing songs. We're the one that needs God's prayers. He's done all he can do.
You're right behind him.
So tonight, you want to lead us in prayer?
I'm going to lead us in prayer, Mike. Lord God, we thank you for this day. We thank you for all the many blessings that you've bestowed on us. We thank you so much for Junior Staggs. And we know that Junior touched so many people in so many ways, and he was always so giving, and he was never shy to tell the world about his Jesus. Lord, I pray for Katie first. I pray for Savannah and Sophie and Scarlett. God, I pray for Beth and Doug. I pray for his family. I pray for all of the people. And Lord, I really believe that Junior left us all bread trails or breadcrumbs, and that we're meant to do something better. We're going to turn this into something good. We're going to see it through. And we're going to continue to not be a quitter. We're going to continue to help get the word out. Lord, thank you for Mike and the bravery that it's taken to do this, to be out front. Lord, just be with everybody, and we know that Junior would want the same thing. God, thank you so much for all you do. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. All right, folks, what better way to end the show? Kevin, you can pick any song you want in the back. I'm going to talk just a minute to carry us out with a song from Junior. And I'm not even going to advertise next week's show. I'm going to tell you, if you know somebody that has a little mental health problem, it's okay to ask for help. If you know somebody that's suffering out there, it's okay to go over and give them a hand on the shoulder and give them a thank you and just lift them up. Because you know what? We're all in this old world together. And sometimes even strong guys like myself, which is I'm as tough as they'll get, I need help. So, Junior Staggs, till we meet again, brother.
Man.
Promise you.
Carry it on. I'm done. There you go, brother.
Thank you. If I'd have woke up early enough this morning, I was going to try to practice this, and so I'm going to do my best. Stapleton has got Fire Away, and I told you when my buddy Harry and my granny died a couple of weeks ago, I had a meltdown of sorts. I had a blown-out panic attack, and about 5 o'clock in the morning, I went out to my garage, and I wrote this song right here. It's called Pour It Out. It's about mental health, because we don't talk about mental health enough. Mental health is real. People struggle with mental health, and this was kind of to shed some light on mental health. There's a little teapot, short and stout. There's his handle, and there's his spout. When he gets steamed up, he screams and shouts. Tip him over and pour him out. I do my best to hold it in. I've lost lovers and I've lost friends. Life ain't easy when you scream and shout. Will you still be here when I pour it out? Will you still love me when I pour it out? Like that teapot, I'm short and stout. I bruised my handle, I've cracked my spout. And when I get steamed up, I scream and shout. Just hold me tightly as I pour it out. hold me tightly as I pour it out. I do my best to hold it in. I've lost lovers and I've lost friends. Life ain't easy when you scream and shout. Will you still love me when I pour it out?
The Mike Weatherford Show is recorded live in the Brewer Street Mafia Studios, downtown Paris. A Kill Media, Brewer Street Mafia production.